Hello everybody, welcome back to Grim Dawn Fangs of Asterkarn. Last we left off, we finally made contact with the Kurn up in Kurnhold and made contact with their mortal enemies, the Bloodbound. Now, because I want to do everything that's in Fangs of Asterkarn on this playthrough, I did a little bit of farming, not on this character, but on another character that I've already completed the other expansions on. So a level 100 character, I took her to Kurnhold as fast as I could, and I farmed some reputation with the Kurn and infamy with the Bloodbound. Also that I can boost my reputation gain on this character. So I have applied a warrant for the Bloodbound, increasing my reputation or infamy gain by 200%. And I've increased my reputation with the Kurn by using a, what is it called? A mandate for them. That does mean that I farmed everything in areas that I have already seen on this character. So I didn't spoil myself on any of the storyline moving forward. I didn't complete any new quests, none of that. The only thing that was required for me to get these reputation boosts was I had to kill a Bloodbound nemesis. So I did see one, but frankly it's as if I didn't, because the character that I was playing, super powerful, endgame viable, and playing pets. So she basically destroyed the nemesis in a blink of an eye. I didn't even really get to see what the nemesis does, so I have no clue what it's like to actually fight it, so it's about as good as me not encountering it at all. So that's one thing. Another thing, I was thinking, we talked to dear Miss Medea Fleet Stealer over here.
Welcome.
No, not Medea, the girl next. Scarlet Ice Princessin.
Oh, an outsider.
There is something big out here to be found, or big out there to be found, and she tells us, I wouldn't know anything about that, but if it were me, I'd retread old stomping grounds for clues. And I said, well, that's not helpful at all. Actually, I've been thinking, and I might have an idea what the secret thing might be, because I think at least 2 times on the way here, we've heard some mentions of the Kurn venturing as far south as Old Arkovia. Now, this can mean multiple things, because Arkovia is a bit spread out. We have Old Arkovia here, where the rovers reside, but then there's also Twin Falls. And there's also some remnants of Arkovian civilization in Broken Hills. So I'm guessing in some of these areas, when we come back with some specific item that I probably haven't found yet, or maybe we go to an area that I haven't seen yet, which currently is only Steps of Torment behind the locked door, there might be something that leads to the secret storyline of this expansion. There's also still the thing with the 2 beavers, the Makmak and Rick, and the wood chips that we're carrying in our inventory that I have no idea what they're for. I also have these that I found in... I can't even remember which area specifically. I know one of these was in Tyrant's Hold, which is close to Old Arkovia. I don't remember where I found the second one. It was definitely somewhere in the base game, so maybe these are somehow related to the hidden quest line here, or maybe they're related to a quest that I just haven't gotten yet ahead of the storyline where I am now. So there is secrets, I have some ideas, but currently I'm guessing we don't have what we need to progress further in that direction. And if I'm right in that it leads to a secret boss fight, then frankly, there's no way I would be able to fight them right now, because these hidden bosses tend to be very, very nasty. And I'm not doing it on a level 79 character that's, you know, carrying, what is this, level 70 weapons and hasn't upgraded their gear in like 20 levels. We're basically scrounging for whatever we can find. So we're just going to continue the storyline normally. and see where it takes us. I'm going to transform. Last we dealt with Yura up in Guardian Sorrow, so Yura and Blackheart, the two bosses of the Bloodbound faction, those are the two that I farmed for reputation on the other characters, so I've not seen anything new other than that. So we are going to be continuing from, what is it, Ulos Springs, I believe it's called? Yeah, Ulos Springs, and I know nothing beyond this point. Let's get going. I also did encounter one enemy type while I was farming on the other character. I did encounter one enemy type that I haven't seen with this character yet, but they appeared in the areas that I've already retread. It was like these big birds, you know, walking upright creatures. I don't remember what they were called, some Ko thing, Koharak or something like that. These I haven't seen with the werewolf yet, but they didn't seem anything special. Oh, more neutral creatures. Leave those alone. We have a new soundtrack. What is in here? Bunnies. This is a big detour. There's a rock. If you're seeing stuttering, that's happening on my end as well for some reason. Okay, Elks, this looks like a peaceful place. What is this here for? Am I supposed to be killing these neutral creatures? Ah, there's a Elder Vale. Huh. We do kind of have a... It's not a waterfall properly, but you could say our first secret behind the waterfall in this game. What is in here? Elder Vale. How... Hopefully this doesn't scale too far, because it's so hidden. No, it's actually friendly. What is this? Elder Noctukari.
Ah! What enters my lair? Can't they leave this old Hranak to fade in peace?
Ah, Hranak. So Ka Hranak were the enemies that I saw with the other character. Hranak.
Ah, this one does not know. Fair, fair. Noctukari is old friend of Kurn. Hranak is what my kind are named. But Hranak time is past. We must gracefully fade into Kurn's weave.
You are dying?
No, no. Not Noctukari's time yet. Hranak were created long ago by the Makers. We cannot make more Hranak as you humans do. So our numbers have dwindled over the ages. Some Hranak resist the natural order and submit to the dying god in hopes of finding a way to break the Maker's design. The core Hranak are deceivers who have twisted our ancient calling and now bring only ruin. One cannot accept the gifts of the dying god without also being touched by its madness. But you, who are you that disturbs my peace so boldly?
Just a curious traveler.
How does it find Noctukari? Did our rune speak fail? No. This one is clever and different. Tell us, how long have you carried the veil breath within you?
The Veil Breath?
Yes, yes. You reek of the Makers. The veil breath is upon you. You have been touched by the Aether. Surely you know this.
Oh, so I'm curious if by the makers he means the ethereals themselves or the gods whom the ethereals served. Because I reek of the makers, that would imply that the makers are ethereals. I was taken by an ethereal, yes, but no longer.
Noctukari sees you speak true. The Maker has long fled. This fascinates us, yes. Young Kurn sometimes stumble upon Noctukari, but most have skulls thick as glacier, or hearts dark with void rot. They bore us, but you are different. You may stay.
The Maker has long fled, so that answers my question. It's the ethereals. May I ask you something?
Noctukari knows many things, not all for human ears. Ask, and Noctukari will ponder your query.
What is that glowing orb? Oh? Something happened. Noctukari's things, Haranakian antiquities. That's a shop, I'm guessing. A relic of Haranakian craft. The art is lost to the Kurn, but Noctukari has kept it maintained. You may make use of it to forge new tools of war, if that is the path you choose. Haranak understand. Destruction is sometimes a necessary part of creation. Sometimes war is necessary to bring balance. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Something else? You had mentioned the Kohranak. Who are they? They are deceivers, their minds lost. Few now live that remember what was lost, but the Kohranak seek only to destroy what remains. Kohranak were created to help guide and maintain the balance of creation before the makers departed. The Kohranak are those who have become deluded and bitter over the ages, watching the spread of humans across the lands. They turn to Chthon in misguided hope of gaining the one human power which eludes us, the ability to create more of our number. To multiply. They believe only the realm of the Elder One can bring true balance and restore the Hranak to greatness. They are wrong. The time of the Hranak is finished. The Great Annihilator will bring ruin when it wakes. So it was written in the stars, and so it shall be. What can you tell me about Chthon? The stars were young when the Elder One's progeny stole his mantle and crowned themselves masters of creation. And so he's talking about the gods attacking Chthon and stealing his power to give life. Discarded into the writhing void, the progenitor could neither live nor die, only feel the infinite anguish of countless mortals given life with his divine blood. With his true name lost to the aeons, the dying god has become that which dwells below creation, Chthon. This is similar naming to Lovecraftian lore. Chthon, or Chthonic, literally means that which dwells below creation, I believe. Over millennia, Chthon writhed in the darkness, seeking to reclaim what was stolen. The things that walk in the shadows answered his laments and now exist only to awaken their god, the Destroyer, the Great Annihilator. When Chthon stirs from the void, he will bring untold destruction upon creation, and frightful vengeance upon his children and those that serve them. Okay. So, we have a new faction. Noctukari, who do you not like? It's only quests for reputation. Well, I'm hoping you have a lot of quests then. Cause there's not a lot to go on. Okay, headquarters Ulos Springs. The Hranak are a relic of a bygone era, a long-lived people tasked with maintaining the natural order. It was they who taught the first Kurn the runes and guided them to thrive alongside nature's bounty. Alas, of the few that remain in this world, many Hranak succumbed to despair and now strive to bring about the end days, firmly convinced that Cairn is sick and in desperate need of the progenitor god's gaze. These fallen Hranak are a vile and withered echo of their former selves. Rather than accelerate the inevitable, some Hranak chose seclusion, waiting out their final days in meditation and stoic contemplation. The Elder One, known as Noctukari, dwells hidden away in Ulos Springs. He still bears a wealth of knowledge and forgotten artifacts, if only humanity was still worthy of these treasures. Okay, so what is Okay, Ranakian. Oh, I can now interact with this as well. Ranakian relics. So you are a smith. What do you do? Health away, DA. The Elder Ranak were masters of now lost techniques. This ruined orb is invaluable for awakening the true potential of equipment. Oh, so this is where I can awaken items. Is this the only place I'll be able to do that? I'm guessing so. Though I must say this is kind of slightly out of the way. Is this all the recipes? Doomsaw of Gluttony, Bone of Thousand Deaths, Chilgore, Dreadwalker. Yeah, so we have to transform this to the other pieces of Dreadwalker set. Finger of Gardalvur, Rage Flame, Ravager. Something missing. Something is missing. Yeah, but it's not everything here. Ravage Peacekeeper, Hospitter, Sanguinar. There's Blaze Seer, okay. So this looks like it's all the awakened artifacts. So you do not have to find the recipes. I thought you might have to. But no, they're available as soon as you find these guys. You still need a blueprint, don't you? No, just Ashes of Awakening. Okay. Codex of Repetition. Oh, so you craft the entire Dreadwalker sect. You do not transform. Because Dreadwalker is Cowl, Raiment, Carver, and Tome. So the Carver, there is the Tome, and in armor there has to be also shoulders, Dreadwalker's Cowl, and no armor. Legs, shields, shoulders, chest. Yeah, so every piece is here. No need to transform, which means everything can have this crafted bonus on it. Okay. And there's medals. Ooh, we can craft aspects of Baronats and make soul fragments if we have soul echoes, which I still have no idea where to find those. And the material that we need is Ashes of Awakening. So there's Ashes of Awakening, soul echoes, and soul fragments. So far these are 3 materials that I haven't found naturally. I have found Aspect of Baronath, I have found Frozen Aster. 10 for 1, Jesus, that's a conversion ratio. Do these drop from enemies? I know they drop from chests, and I know you can find them on the plants out in the world, but I haven't tracked if they drop from enemies. 10 to 1 is a pretty dreadful conversion ratio, I must say. Okay, so that's that. What is this then? Karnakian Antiquities. Oh, that's his faction vendor. Okay. So what do you sell? Other flasks. Oh, also I checked that the flasks or other potion upgrades, even though they are showing a soulbound, once you unlock it, it is unlocked account-wide. So all of your other characters will have access to it as well. Unlock Tincture ranked 2. Modifier potency, reduced recharge. Okay, so that's upgraded version of the potion shapes that we already have. This is rank 3. Permafrost blueprint. Berserker level 35. So we need tolerated for that. So we respect it. Then we have reputation gain, of course. Consumption, another Berserker relic. Icebreaker, another Berserker relic. That explains why I haven't found any of these. You have to buy them. This is a nice one. Rank 4 flasks. Okay, so this is a super important vendor. I hope the quests are... I mean, I haven't even found any quests, though, for this guy. So how am I gaining reputation with him? Warp's Edge, Vile Tongue. Yeah, I'm not gonna read through all of these. I basically already know them anyway from Grim Tools. They don't have much in terms of its rings, amulets. These are all... No, not all. There's one-handed axe, one-handed ranged, two-handed sword, offhand. Okay, so it's not just jewelry. Shield, another ring. Okay. More potion materials. Rank 5 potions. 50% potion modifier potency. Oculorum's 6-second duration, hidden objects become revealed. What does that even mean? Like secrets? Complex diagram of chemical, it doesn't tell me anything. Like, does this highlight secrets or like, and by secrets I mean areas that are normally like you have to find them on the map because they're off the map, or does this mean like straight up secrets like Trade of Entertainment path and stuff like that? I'm curious what this does. Revurum, modifier potency, but base properties are disabled. Okay. So if you have energy potion but you don't really need energy anymore, but you apply a modifier to the potion that somehow heals you, maybe you can increase the modifier by 50%. So you could turn your healing energy potion into a healing potion, because there is a way to add 25% health recovery onto your potion as a recipe. Okay. Protection from deadly environmental contagions. Contagions? What does that mean? I would understand protection from deadly environmental effects like traps, which happen in Shattered Realm a lot, but contagions? Is there a place that's like poisonous that you have to enter? Okay. And that's it. So I still don't know how to get any reputation with this guy, because it says quests, but we have none.
Come and listen close. Can you hear
Oh, maybe.
them? The spirits of this land cry out in anguish and must not be ignored. We can and must help.
Sure, what did you have in mind?
When sickness takes hold, the body boils with fever. So too the ancient grove boils as corruption festers. If you wish to right the wrongs of the past, then enter the Wolf God's Grove within Ogdenborg. Tear out the weeds of corruption, threatening to choke the heart of Kurn.
Okay, interesting. So this is giving me a quest line to go to the challenge dungeon in Ogdenborg. Asteria already has 3 quests that lead you to the 3 challenge dungeons in the base game. And there is technically already a quest in front of the challenge dungeon in Ogdenborg, but I'm guessing this is some redundancy, I guess, to make you go there. But that is a long way away, so we are not going to be getting any reputation with this guy for a while. Because I will need to complete, well, not need, I could technically start Ashes of Malmuth as soon as I kill the boss of the vanilla game, which I'm not too far away from. But if I'm gonna be doing Ashes of, not Ashes of Asterkarn, Fangs of Asterkarn, and then base game, and then Ashes of Malmuth, then this is quite a ways away. Alright, so be it. Oh, I have to do... Okay, I have to kill Gargabol, which is the final boss of that area. I have to also slay Slathar and survive the challenge around the chest. So it's not the same quest as I get when going into the grove. It's 3 different objectives. Alright. Well, that's gonna be here, sitting here uncompleted for a long time. And it is kind of out of the way, so if you want to be awakening stuff... Ah, sorry. Fucking auto attacks. If you want to be awakening stuff, you do have to do a little bit of running. Because there's no portal here. It's up here. Okay, so let's continue. We need to find these chthonic wounds. No idea what they look like. Grisha. What do you want?
I can recognize a kindred spirit when I see one.
Lowlander, out here? Well, now I've seen everything. Do I need to ready my weapon, or are you here in peace? Speak. I'm not here to cause trouble. I suppose you wouldn't have made it past Kurnhold if you were. Do not stray too far north, Lowlander. The Bloodbound have a firm grip on these lands, and the wastes they inhabit are not hospitable. Do you not see many Irulians? Many? You are the first I've met. Some of my kin that patrol the eastern routes have stumbled upon your patrols, but our people mostly avoid each other. Tell me about the Bloodbound. They are traitors devoted only to their dark god. They cover themselves with debased symbols and raid our lands not for conquest, but for every last drop of blood. Don't hesitate for a moment if you spot one. If your heart still beats in your chest, then they will claim you for their basins. What are you doing out here? I'm tracking a dangerous beast, a hippo raven, that has been causing trouble for local farmers. You can farm up here? This is no concern for a visitor to our lands. What are hippo ravens? The sagas tell us that they are the children of the raven god, Naku. They bear his wise visage, but any divine grace has long been lost to them. The same tales that would have us believe that they steal the souls of innocents while they sleep, turning them into whites, but it's only if you believe in superstition. What? Oh, I kind of misread that, but whatever. They are beasts that, like any other, raptors armed with powerful talons and vicious beaks. Those are the parts that matter. Most hippo ravens do not venture too close to the settlements, but my quarry is different. It needs to be put down. I could help you track it down. You wish to hunt? Who am I to deny a kindred spirit? I think we've been looking in the wrong places. Most hippo ravens nest in the cliffs, far out of reach, but I suspect our quarry is different. We call it Evernight, due to his vibrant violet plumage and tendency to hunt only at night. Ulo's springs are an ideal hiding place. Hippo ravens frequent the area to hunt, and the hot springs mask Evernight's scent. But I suspect the beast is hiding somewhere to the north, maybe in a valley that's not easily reached. I intend to search the springs for clues. If you wish to join the hunt, then you will need a sample of my bait. It is an irresistible haunch of boar soaked in sheep's blood. If you find Evernight's nesting ground, it will be perfect lure. Okay. Somewhere to the north, in a difficult to access valley, bait provided by Grisha to attract the menacing hippo raven Evernight. Smells horrid. Speaking of valleys that are difficult to reach, would that be it, maybe? I still don't know how to get here. Although, maybe there's like a tunnel through the mountain. Still don't have any objectives that lead me in that direction though. Okay, next thing. Spring of Shadow. As I bathed in the sacred waters of Ulo, I discovered the body of a young deer. It rested at the edge of the pool, not a mark anywhere on its body, its tongue barely an inch from the water, as if it had just dropped dead as it came to drink. I performed the rites of cleansing and tracked the fawn's path to see if I could find what killed her. I'm finding more small dead animals near Ulo's sacred waters, birds and mice, lizards and insects. All small creatures, dead without cause. I removed their bodies from the water's edge before rot could contaminate them and performed the rites of cleansing, but something fouled the air. I cannot pinpoint the cause. Like a corpse trapped beneath a fallen tree, the stink is all around, but no sign of the source. I catch scent of it on the breeze, follow the wind, and then lose it. It has been a week, and I believe I have found the fawn's mother. The dead deer rested in a nearby clearing. Again, no marks to indicate what killed her. The grass around the body appears to be dying, even though we are in the season of bloom. 12 winters standing to Ulo's sacred waters, and never have I seen so much death and decay befouling this pristine place. The water is not poisoned. I have drunk from it and bathed within its cleansing pools many times, and yet nearby trees wither and blacken. I fear some great evil corrupts the land, like a shadow that sweeps across the land, darkening all that it touches, but it keeps its presence well hidden. No matter how many days I search, I cannot find the source. I should warn the chieftain, but I cannot come to her empty-handed. I will perform the prayers to Ulo and then continue my search. Ralgar the Mystic, Tender of the Waters. Okay. We don't know how old this is, but presumably this is some sign of the chthonic corruption, maybe? Okay, so where are we even headed? We are supposed to be Northern Chthonic Wound, so maybe that's where it is. I'm gonna go there first. Plus, we also have an Eastern Chthonic wound, so it should be... What? I can't pass? This looks like it should be passable. Why is this sealed? Do I have to go around? And this is off the map. Huh? So the path that looks walkable isn't. The path that doesn't look walkable is. Where does this lead? Nowhere? Come on, there has to be a reason for this. Can't go up. There's nothing here. Why? Only thing here is the fox. Or I think there was one other wild animal, but it ran off. What happens if I kill the fox? Absolutely nothing. I am so confused. Why is this here? Why is this not available? Maybe it will open later. There's some quest leading me there. Calcified crab. New enemy type. Oh yeah, they did say this. These were hot springs, right? So yeah, this will be kind of sulfuric, maybe. Kind of reminds me of the, what was it called? The salt flats in Titan Quest. In terms of aesthetic, at least. There's so many things here, like more than any other expansion. There are so many things here that are like, what is this here for? Why is this empty? Where does this lead? What is this NPC doing here? And why can't I talk to them? There's so many secrets to figure out. Maybe it's all one big secret. Maybe it all interconnects, but so far I'm missing the clues. Was there another wood chip? I think so, maybe. No, it was something else. My wood chips are at the same number. I also have to take into account that if I'm gonna be fighting beasts, that's gonna mean I'm gonna be finding a nemesis. Probably two. Last time it didn't go great, at least not against Kubacabra. Because it spawned in a higher level area. Properly juiced with modifiers. Okay, well. For an Eastern wound, Eastern Chthonic wound, it's apparently not in here. Because I cannot go any more east than I went. This isn't letting me through. No, that's not what I wanted to press. Does the quest actually tell me where the chthonic wound is? Source of corruption. Dread wastes. Oh, so it's not gonna be in here. Okay. It's the location after this. Lost Springs, Ruins of Utarkunar. 2 locations after this. Thinking about Bone Chilling Cry, is that the only... resistance reduction skill with a cooldown. Like, Thermite Mines don't have a cooldown. Curse of Frailty doesn't, neither does Devouring Swarm. Or Word of Pain. Yeah, I think it's the only on-tree resistance reduction that has a cooldown. That's interesting. So you have to be really careful when you use it, because then it's gone. Oh, Deathbringer Arraignment, that's sendable. Or awakenable, I should say. Okay, so I'm gonna restore the shrine before I forget what it is. A dull red hue has overtaken this shrine, showing the chthonic corruption that has taken hold. Frozen Aster. I think I need to do one more, right? Which quest is it? Cleanse the land, right? Yeah, activate the Dread Wastes. Okay, so there's one more 2 locations away. Alfor's Journal, page 2. I must say I'm not quite sure what Alfor's Journal, page 1 was. Level up. Let me find it. Alfor's Journal, page 1, was that the Starving family? Yeah, okay. So, Halfor's Journal, page 2. Last night, Signe cried herself to sleep, the pain of hunger rotting in her stomach. Sorek did not cry, but the look of pain played across his face. I could feel Finri's shaking and heaving as she cried silently next to me. I just lay there, paralyzed with grief, praying once again for the darkness to take us. It did not. This morning I felt as though I had lost myself, as if I looked down upon us from afar. The grief and pain of hunger seemed so far away from there. Even the cold of winter morning could not touch me, but the feeling lasted only until the pain of my empty stomach regained its grasp on me. I cut my hand while stringing my bow and stared as the thin crimson ribbons streamed down my arm. How could they seem so alive when I am so close to death? They ran and ran towards my elbow like the rivers of the valley running from the mountains. There was life there in the river, and so I drank, and I drank until it wasn't. What? And it wasn't until Finri screamed that I awoke from my stupor to find that I was trying to force Signe to drink as well. What has become of me? Oh, so do we have... Is it gonna be vampirism, or is this another take on the Wendigos, which we will encounter in Ugdenbog? Sword of Beasts. Tempest of the Void. Did I get frozen or stuck? Huh. A lot of beasts, but not a nemesis so far. Not that I'm looking forward to the fight. I mean, it is XP, but not really gonna drop anything useful for me. So this goes into Form of the Beast. I was also thinking I could invest here. Actually, no, that doesn't help yet. This is not necessary. Could increase my lifesteal, but on the occultist side, this is maxed. Yeah, no, the best way to increase my damage is this. For now. And there's this little nook that leads like it. There could be something there, but it... No. Like on the map it looks weird, but it doesn't lead anywhere. Falsified Sash, what is that? Berserker Sash, Aether to Cold. Huh, interesting conversion. on Berserker. So I guess like if you're using Arcanist or Necromancer, you can convert some of that Aether that they grant you to cold. So for Veilwalker and Evoker, I guess, would be the best use case. This looks different. Still in Raw Springs. Again, another dead end. I also thought about, when I was farming with the other character to get the reputation mandate and merit, not merit, warrant, I noticed several places where there are these like empty nooks where there were felled trees. And we did read a bunch about those, I can't remember the name again, those beaver creatures. And the guide for Reinhardt, or whatever his name was, the scholar, that was like warning against felling trees. So I'm guessing maybe there could be something in those areas. If you meet certain requirements, something will appear there that's related. Because we also heard about there being like a giant one of those beaver guys. So maybe there's like some ritual that you can do to summon that creature. Maybe that's the hidden boss of this act. I have pure speculation on my part. I haven't looked at any spoilers. Ulo's Remorse. Oh, so this is like a different location. I didn't even see the title card. These are suddenly Chaos infused. Void Plume Crest. Chaos Albrecht's Aether Ray. +1 beam. Oh yes. +25 degree beam arc. I'm curious how this works. Because if it works like extra projectiles, that means if enemies are up close to you, this basically doubles your damage. You're just firing an extra beam and enemies are getting shotgunned. That's gonna be so overpowered. How are you ever going to play a single beam Albrecht's Aether Ray after that point? If you have the option to take 2 beams, you take 2 beams, right? I hope that doesn't limit, like, build variety. Chaos Stare, what is that? Ooh. Okay, these are still frozen. Though these are Voidstone rocks, why are they calling down ice? Maybe it was a mix. Stonefist Rebuke, Indigo Main Leggings. Okay, so I got a new quest. It unfortunately doesn't really show up. Into the Breach, explore Ulo's Remorse. Quest log. To the Breach. You discover the tear in reality that has consumed a lodge on the south side of Ulo's Springs. Based on the scattered supplies nearby, someone was here recently. Whether they are responsible for the opening of this rift or a victim of its appearance is unknown. It is possible that this person is still alive and on the other side of the rift. Okay. And I also picked up a lore note. I'm gonna send materials back. How am I doing on inventory? Good enough. Because I'm guessing once I enter the rift, I will not be able to open a rift gate. Okay. Dreams of Ruin. Moonsong, day 19. Thrice the same dream has haunted my sleep. The black-eyed raven weeping tears of blood screeches me awake in cold sweat. The spirits are ailing. The land itself weeps through boils of corruption. This we have seen firsthand, but I know not what to do. What the springs require of me. Moonsong, day 23. What is Moonsong? Is that a location? I've spoken with the skald Magwyn. Her gentle wisdom has guided me before, though I do not deny her cryptic answers have sometimes left me more frustrated than I was to begin with. I suspect it is her way of nudging me forward to find my own path. None can deny that her years are numbered and we may soon be left with a terrible emptiness at the hearth. I must do all that I can so that her knowledge lives on for all tribes. Moonsong, day 25. My dreams have become fervent. I know now where I must go. Moonsong, day 28. By Mogdrogan, it is worse than I feared. The land does not merely fester as the Bloodbound's domain spreads. It renders itself apart in screaming tears. I now know why the spirits cry for aid. Horrors from a place that should not be pour forth into Asterkarn, sapping her of her beauty and leaving naught but desolation. If the land is to heal, then the rift must be sealed. Moonsong, day 33. I made the preparations as the Elder Skald had guided me countless times. I've never dealt with corruption so vile or potent, but the rituals will hold. They must. Hopefully I have not made a grave mistake. Okay, so somebody is probably in there. Maybe we figure out what Moonsong is. Is that their name? Okay, so we cannot open a rift in here. Does nothing. And this does not look like a friendly place. Does this hurt? It doesn't. Huh. Oh, we saw these guys in Blackheart's Den. Emerging from some of the summoning circles there. Okay, Dreadguards, those I know from base game. Those are not new, but these Chthonian Portents, those are... Was he trying to teleport away? Servitors, I know those from Ashes of Melmoth, so we're taking multiple enemy types from the Chthonic group. Merging them in one place. Is everything okay on the stream? No. Some reason YouTube is recommending I lower my bitrate. Don't know why that would be the case. Okay, how much do you hurt? Flying, what is this? Dark Omen, you begin to suffocate as despair weighs down upon you, reducing all resistances. Well, that's not nice. By how much? My pierce goes down below max. So, it's 82 now. If it drops off. Okay, so it's just 10%. That's fine. There are worse curses out there. Oh, this reminds me, don't I have Nemesis reputation with Chthonics? Because that wouldn't go well for me. Chthonians, no, not yet. But I'm getting there. Maybe this is giving me a reputation with the Bloodbound only and not Chthonics. I should actually track that. The Chthonians is currently 17,329. I kill a few. No, it's going up with them, not the Bloodbound. Seem to be tanking them fine. Herald's Rotten Crest. Oh, those are shoulders. Huh. Wouldn't have guessed from the name. Rotten Crest. I would have expected a helmet, maybe a medal, but... Also, I didn't even check, so we have a reduced cooldown on enemies and increased casting speed. Can I go through here without passing through that barrier? Because that might close behind me. Did I proc Prismatic Rage? I did. Huh. Didn't think I took that much damage. Okay, so I don't even have to go through this. Why is the door here? Oh, it's not openable from either side, is it? Hang on, I'm gonna check. So that's just a blockade to force you to go around? Yeah, no, I can't click it. Huh. Strange. Who are you? You're Grin.
Keep it down, or they'll find us.
Ulo's mercy, you startled me. Keep it down or they will find us. How did you end up in here? I believed, wrongly it seems, that I had the means to repair one of these chthonic tears. I studied the old runes and how the ancient Kurn sealed the void away, but something is different now. As my ritual proceeded, the rift lashed out and consumed more of its surroundings. I was fortunate I did not get torn apart in the process, but I became trapped as a result, fighting off the void's horrors, and now you are here. Did the tear pull you in too? Are we trapped together? A clear, safe path. How am I supposed to do that? Okay, so these guys do count as bloodbound because I gained friendly reputation with the Kurns all of a sudden, which I only gained for killing the bloodbound. Okay, you're starting to hurt. Should kill the healer first. Okay, is that it?
Who are you?
I can still feel this place crawling into my thoughts, but it seems less chaotic. What did you do? The way is clear now. I don't know who you are, but you just saved my sanity and my life. Thank you. Which way is out? And that way. Rescue. Zip. Okay. This doesn't lead... Oh, there's a little chest. Okay, this doesn't lead anywhere anymore. Okay, does this open now? Yeah, I don't know why the door was there. Maybe there's supposed to be two doors, one down here, one up there, and when you open them, they will close behind you, and it's not working properly. Okay, so we dealt with that. Where do I find her? Speak to Jurgrin in Ulo Springs. Okay, there you are.
You again, stranger.
Well, I don't plan on ever doing that again. What were you hoping to do? Seal it, of course. I thought I solved the means to repair the chthonic tears, studying all the ancient runes for sealing the void away, but something's changed since the ancient rites were performed. My attempts did not tame the rift. They made it more ravenous. If you had not arrived, that would have been the end of me. How are you doing? The headaches and nausea will pass. I hope. Once the world stops spinning, I'll be headed back to Kurnhold. That was enough adventuring for a while. You should stop by my stall if you are headed that way too. Okay, so she's gonna be a shopkeep. Didn't give me a reputation with the Kurn. What do you offer? Fancy myself a bit of an arcane tinker. Oh, so she's gonna be an inventor, I'm guessing. The delicate balance of arcane energies within an object are a bit of an obsession of mine. I can sense the arcana in your gear from here. I'll gladly take a look if you are willing. Interesting.
Thank you again, stranger.
Okay, I'm gonna check that later. Okay, let me check the lore note again. I think I finally understood what that... Moonsong is gonna be a month, right? Yeah, that's probably it. Moonsong day 33, either location or month. '84, they're a little bit higher level here. So I better not spawn the Nemesis in here rather than in Ulo Springs. In Ulo Springs it was fine. Mostly. And even a lowly fox is level 82. Teach me your ways. So much experience for a wild animal. Oh, these are 83 as well. Huh. Well, at least there are no modifiers, so if we do spawn a nemesis, hopefully it's not gonna be as bad as in Temple of the Three at the beginning of last stream. That was an unfortunate trip, but it was gonna be fast and easy. Then we had a Celestial Totem and 2 nemesis. And it was very rippy. Okay, we have another dungeon. Grotto entrance. Another Cairnstone. These still don't drop anything. So again, not sure what they're for. Just for us to have something to punch? Or is there some significance to them? That a part of a secret quest? Destroy all the Cairnstones on the entire map? In one session, maybe? Bone Grinder. Hello. Maybe open a portal. Oh, you're angry, aren't you? You're also dead. We found dementia. That's not exactly what you want to see. Okay, did he even drop a... Sure. Oh, that's something... No, that's from the Chthonic guys. Did he even drop a monster infrequent? Yes, he did. Bone Grinder's Horn of Frostbite, Olex Rush, Flash Freeze, Cold Snap. So that's a Raven Evoker. Do plan on making a Raven character. I'm not sure if it's gonna be my next. I could maybe explore some of the human form variants of Berserker. I'm probably gonna make a series of characters, one for each mastery combination. The next character that I would be most interested in would be the Vera Raven with ravens from the occultist that scale with your player damage instead of pet damage. But that would mean I would have to make another mistake, and I don't want to repeat classes immediately. Plus, another fighter pet hybrid that only turns on endgame. I've just done this, so I'm gonna take a break from that for a little bit at least. But that's still a long way away. First we need to finish this playthrough. We haven't even finished the base game or the expansion, and we have 2 more expansions after that. Which is why I'm not particularly rushing, like, leveling, because there's so much game to go. I'll have plenty of time to reach level 100 and farm up. Pyromancer, Oracle. So now we have another variant of their casters, throwing acid instead of fire. Fungal Butcher. Still nothing, huh? I'm not asking for a nemesis, but I'm surprised it's not showing, considering how many beasts I've killed over here. Okay, so Ulos Springs is otherwise seemingly devoid of other quests. I mean, we did find a new faction in here and a quest in the Rift, which gave us an inventor, so I guess can't complain, but for how large the location is, I would have thought some of the quest objectives would be in here. I guess there was the shrine that we restored. Or The Kurn shrine, not the devotion shrine. But coming up should be a ruined village, I believe. And we do have a quest there to find a shield. For one of the people in Kurnhold. Okay. This is a big place. Where was the waypoint even in here, right? Yeah, so this needs to lead here, and I'm guessing we just don't have the quest that opens that. Or is that possibly... No. They wouldn't put a challenge dungeon that isn't in the game yet on the map, right? And a rift gate, question mark. That would drive people crazy. What is this in here, and why I'm not getting here? Well, it's not in the game yet. So, right, that they wouldn't do that. I'm guessing that's something later on that opens. Dirge of the Night. Oh, no reading. Until it's clear. Slain Kurn. Oh, it's a quest item, that's not a lore note. I am the night, I bore witness to the birth of stars and the passage of the moon. My heart swelled when eyes first gazed upward and drank deep of my splendor, and I wept silver tears when those same eyes closed for the final time. But I do not mourn. Sleep drowns thoughts with dreams of eternity. In a blink, a heavenly beacon fades, only blackness in the wake of its memories. But I do not mourn. As the sky turns crimson between twigs of twisted spruce, I close my eyes and lay my head upon the dying earth. But the cairn grows silent in my ear. I hear only the whispers of agony that remain. I am the night. Huh. I mean, my initial thought from the words I am the night and birth of stars and stuff like that was Yugo, but this doesn't seem to have anything to do with Yugo. Yugo will be relevant in, like, towards the end of Forgotten Gods, so that's a long ways away and not connected to this probably. What is that quest item for? Oh, also, on the previous character that I was farming reputation with, one of the enemies dropped like rotting meat or something, and it was also a quest item, and I have not found that with this character. I have no idea what its significance is. It was something like could be eaten if one is desperate enough. It reminded me of one of the lore notes where like the starving family was forced to eat like rotting meat. So maybe we find some of them and they've taken a liking to it, or I don't know what we could need that for. I think it dropped from one of the Hurnak, which I haven't met with this character yet for some reason, even though they can appear in earlier locations. So it's probably a quest that's still upcoming. Unless it's another one of those hidden things that I just don't have a reason to use yet. Okay, so that's this location. That's a big one. I'm gonna go back to talk to the inventor. Just in case she has some extra quests for me. Also, I gained reputation with Kurn, which unlocked what? Faction vendor. Gave me a discount here, but the faction vendor doesn't have anything for me currently. Okay, where is the inventor? Probably in the market or by the stash. Okay, so this is the cauldron. Oh, there she is.
Ah, it's you!
I want to thank you again for pulling me out of that rift. I grossly overestimated my capabilities back there and probably made things worse. You mentioned your services? Of course, as I said, I specialize in altering the arcana of magical objects. With the right catalyst, I can not only reattune the fundamental aspect of an enchantment, I can manipulate its very nature, change it to something completely different, though with somewhat unpredictable results. I have some arcane ashes on me right here if you want to experiment. Are you saying you can alter my equipment? Yes, though maybe not always the way you intended. Manipulating the arcane weave is not a perfectly understood process. Here, give it a try. I have some materials on hand. This one's on me. Show me what you can do. Okay, so this... Ashes of Awakening. And these are the first time we're finding these. Well, they've been given to us. Where is it? Oh, this tiny pile over here. Okay.
Let's take a look.
So, she's an inventor. We already have the ability to salvage. We've had that since Devil's Crossing. We also have the ability to blow up stuff with dynamite to get materials. I wonder if we can get materials like Ashes of Awakening from it now. That could be an interesting way to... Let's try that actually. I have enough dynamite. Spine Carver is not awakenable, so... No, it doesn't look like it. At least not from this one. Maybe there's a low chance that we get something like that. In fact, let's blow up every legendary that we have. No, that gives us a heart. Nope. And that's... Oh, this one. Nope. Okay, so either it has a very low chance or it can't happen. And this is her alteration. So I can grab an item, say this. How do I pick what I'm rerolling? Alter the item's prefix, resulting in a new prefix of equal or higher quality. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you could only reroll magic into magic. But this implies that you can make magic into rare? It's gonna be low chance, but I think that even contradicts what they said. I think they said originally that you can only turn the same rarity of affix into the same rarity. This is gonna be the same thing for suffix, and what is this? Alter the item's seed, causing all of its attribute values to roll again. Okay, so that's basically reroll only the values. So the affixes will stay in the same, but the numbers. So like if you want the elemental damage to vitality conversion, we only got 38%, which is close to the lowest we could have gotten. If you want it to be over 50%, you can reroll just the numbers to get what you need. Okay. And this, alter the item's ascension bonus, resulting in a new... Okay, so we can reroll ascension affixes. This item doesn't have any, so we can't, but... Alright. So everything can be rerolled. Wonderful. Now she's probably gonna be the only one, right? Actually, I'm gonna try. Is there... Should maybe also sell while I'm here. Because none of this is gonna be... I think I already have this saved. Actually, I can check. There's a chest. Right here, I did some reorganizing of my stash, so awakenables are in here. Yeah, I already have it. So, screw that. Tempest of the Void. I should have checked that as well. Tempest of the Void, I do have as well. Not gonna save duplicates. Maybe I should, but whatever. Those I want to keep. They are at level 84, so it's gonna still take a while before I get to them. Did I get a quest for this when I picked it up? I don't think so, right? Let me check my quest log. Every time I try to open the quest log, I first open the factions, because I have the buttons right next to each other. This is all Tarkovia, nothing here. That's Necropolis, Asterkarn. Righting wrongs, so this is... yeah, this is in the Ancient Grove in Ugdenborg. Keep it in... This is the shield in Utakunar. Night Hunt is the bird. Cleanse the land is the shrines. Seek the location of the poem. Okay, so this thing that I picked up does have relevance. You stumbled across a strange collection of personal affairs abandoned in Nulos Springs. Among the items was a piece of a poem, supposedly written by the owner. The first stanza describes a distant location as if the writer wished to have their journey retraced. Perhaps if you follow the clues, you will ultimately find their creator. As to what end, who can say? Wait, so I need to recheck this. Is that it? Right? Dirge of Night, yeah, that is it. I am not getting the impression that there's clues as to where we're supposed to go in here. Birth of Stars, Passage of the Moon. Heavenly Beacon fades, only blackens in the wake of its memories. As the sky turns crimson between twigs of twisted spruce. That doesn't tell me much. I lay my head upon the dying earth. Maybe we'll just come across that naturally, because this is not ringing a bell. Or, well, it can ring a bell because it's not a location we've already been to, but, like, I'm not getting any ideas from that. And none of these names are even, like, hinted at in there. We'll find it when we find it. I'm still gonna be looking for secrets anyway, so maybe I come across it. I doubt that it opens the passage in here. There's nothing in there that would imply that something became available. Okay, so this is still Ulos Springs, but we should be getting close to the village. Takkunar should just be a ruin. This looks very similar to where Yura was. This, like, torn apart ground. I also noticed, well, I noticed already during the first fight, but also when I was farming, that underneath Yura there were all of these, like, broken chains and what looked like either manacles or collars, as if there was, like, hellhounds running around that had been set loose. Hope we don't meet those. Still no nemesis also. Oh. Rabbits. Nope, nothing there. What was the name of this rift? Ulos Springs. Also, that was Guardian Sorrow, that wasn't Ulos Springs yet. Ah, more beavers, Castorans. More wood chiefs, playing all the hits. Still don't know what to do with that. And the item description doesn't help. How much wood is this? No, well... doesn't guide me in any direction. Whale Walker Utaro.
A lowlander? What a curious sight.
You are a curious sight to this Whale Walker, lowlander. Whale Walker should be a necromancer berserker, right? Spirits move about you. Many are at peace, but others screech for vengeance. You are as the spring wind, bringer of change. So, understandable that he would be able to see spirits if he's a necromancer. What are you going on about? Our land is rife with the remnants of past conflicts. The ruins we stand in are just another grisly reminder of the wars of old. Countless brave heroes lost their lives in the defense of Utak-Kunar, but many never received their proper burial rites. Their spirits now languish where they fell, becoming bitter and twisted. I hope to deliver them beyond the veil, but I see that the dead have reclaimed their remains and now roam as wights. I was getting ready to return to Kurnhold, but when you arrived, but you may be exactly what I needed. What is a wight? The spirit denied its final rest will roam the land of the living in search of a purpose. Left to languish like this, they become twisted by the poison of resentment and past grudges, turning once noble heroes into violent revenants. If they should return to their desiccated remains, they will awaken as a vengeful entity known as a wight. These undead creatures are driven only by anger and can rarely be reasoned with. I lack the combat prowess to handle them, so I'm afraid my mission will end in failure. I could deal with them for you. You would do that for the Kurn? As we are now dealing with wights and not spirits, I'm afraid there is little to be done beyond banishing them with steel or sorcery. If you are bold, you can try speaking with them, but wights rarely, if ever, respond to such tactics. They are trapped in the memories of their deaths and pursue only a violent reprieve. If you are still willing, then seek out the remains of Gund, Hassia, and Maruna in Scarfell, beneath the ruins of Utak-Kunar. They were cherished heroes in their day. I hate to see them reduced to such a state. Grilla, Wolfrin. Okay, so those names don't match anything that I have. Just thinking that maybe the items would have some relevance here, because I still have no use for those. Also, I wanted to check one lore note. Was like blood and ice or something like that. Asterkarn. If only I knew where it was categorized. Darkvale Homestead Kurn. Blood and ice. Is there a name? No, there's no name here. I was thinking that maybe I was reading the Takan, okay. This is not Takan, is it? No? Okay. So no relevance to that lore. I wonder why they would mention that we have the ability to talk to them. Also, where did you come from? How are there Kurn here, but all of this is so infested? How did you get here? Okay, ruins of Utak-Kunar. I wonder why they suggested that we can talk to them. Is that gonna be an option? Like, not these normal ones, but maybe the three that he named can be reasoned with somehow, if we have maybe something relevant to them. That's why I was thinking about the weapons that I have in my inventory, but maybe they are somehow connected to them. Oh, stupid fence. Ah, these goddamn fallen. What is this? They just don't take damage and reflect onto me. Yeah, still nothing. Does it fall off eventually? Okay, it does. I guess you just have to wait these warders out. There's no point hitting them if they're fully 100% damage absorbent. The day Utak-Kunar burned. The parchment is badly scorched. Ah, damn it. Nami. Memories, Skaldsenia. These recollect the last days of Utak-Kunar. They came in the night, bearing weapons coated in burning pitch. I awoke to the sounds of screaming outside. Volgar and all others bare arms took to the defense while I helped the elders and children flee. When the last of their children was accounted for, I returned to the village. The sounds of battle were drowned out by the heart-wrenching cacophony of blazes devouring in moments that took generations to build. I waited for any sign of Volgar, but exhaustion had taken its toll. Because I, in the morning... What? Oh, I guess there are parts missing? Because I, in the morning, very little remain home. Oh yeah, it's parts of it are burned off. So it's not gonna make all sense. I walked the streets now coated in a thick layer of ash, with caution, expecting bloodbounds to emerge from around every fallen column and stone foundation. I choked on the smoke and gagged on the stink of burnt meat as I searched through what was left. They were everywhere. Not fallen where they had died as I was expecting, but strung up, hanging from something. Bodies were mutilated, bled dry. Some were hung upside down by their legs, throats slit. I eventually found Volgar, strung up, pale and bloodless. His dozen wounds told me everything. He died, yep. I know in my heart he fought to the end and was long dead. They hung him up here. Volgar was among countless something, men and women. It did not seem to matter. They were all bled dry. I was alone among the countless dead and I knew my time was short. I cut down Volgar, he felt so light with his body devoid of life, and buried him. River where he often sparred. Wrenches my heart to leave, blah blah blah. Fate worse than death, but the bloody banners now hanging over Korba's stand. Ooh, Korba! That's a endgame set for Shaman, Nightblade, and Berserker. But the bloody banners now hanging over Korba's stand made it clear that the enemy has not gone far. I will lead the survivors to Kurnhold and pray to Mogdrogem that he guides us through the wilderness. Okay, so already when this village was destroyed, the Bloodbound were serving Chthon. It wasn't just normal pillagers. We don't know exactly when they turned to Chthon worship, or if they've always been like that. I guess they did mention something about the Martok clan, or maybe the Martok clan is all Bloodbound. No, we know that's not true. Because we know that others join the Bloodbound that are not from within that clan. Just out of desperation, and sometimes they're just corrupted by outside influences. So that's why there's a distinction. Bloodbound and Martok are not the same thing always. Oh, you're jumpy. These guys remind me of the slowly walking dead with two-handed swords from Diablo 2. Slowly shambling forward, nothing suspicious, nothing dangerous, and suddenly they're charging at you at Mach 5. These guys are similar. Very slow, and suddenly they're not. There was a quick portal. Fallen of Asterkarn arise upon sensing the living. Man, that jump hurts. Good thing I have these failsafes to bump me back up. Okay, now it's under control. Asterkarn Rift. Must say it's interesting that there are rifts here. I mean, they need to be for gameplay reasons, but the rifts are connected to the Aether, and Ethereals have no presence here. But I guess Chthonics also create rifts, and the influence of Chthon is present here, so maybe that's the intersection here. Okay, so this is Scarfell Depths entrance, the Restless Dead. So that's gonna be some if not all of the Fallen that we're supposed to lay to rest. I'm gonna go there first then. Oh, now we have the undead and bloodbound fighting each other. Nice. At least I don't have to do all the fighting myself. Again. Goddamn warders. Yeah, same thing. Just wait for it to drop. Are you done? Are you... It doesn't fall off. That's what I mean. Like, sometimes it falls off, sometimes it doesn't. Do you have to deal enough damage for it to fall off? Which means you have to do plenty of damage to yourself. Also, I saw the name Scarfell on the map. I wanted to check. Again, opening all the wrong windows. Scarfell. Okay, so here it is on the map. I thought it was more northward. Okay, so what are we dealing with down here? Big ass catacomb? Oh, we can talk to them. One hit, almost all of my health is gone. Those warders are insane. They feel kind of, I must say, a little bit overtuned. For a fairly common enemy, they shouldn't be hitting that hard, maybe. Okay, so this is Maruda the Forsaken. My sword arm hangs limply at my side. My blade has been taken by the unworthy. Do you have it? Are you the wretched thief? Someone stole your weapon? Do not toy with me, wretch. Where have you made off with it? Okay, I will retrieve your blade. I have no idea where to look for it, but I'm guessing it's gonna be somewhere in here. Right? How far could it have gotten? Again, one slap. And oh, that might be it. That sword looks interesting. Nope, it's just a normal one. I saw the glowing sword, so I thought maybe that's what we were looking for. Oh, I got petrified by the time warped. Okay, so let me see the quest log. Again, opening the wrong window, as always. Restless Dead. Okay, I laid them to rest. I didn't get a new quest to find the sword, but it must be somewhere in here, right? So, okay, explore the dungeon. Or maybe it's up top. Could also be. Goddamn chargers. Death priests, prime revenants. I have a good variety of enemy types. Chasm of Voices. In the days when the Kurn still held the lower valleys, a great earthquake split the ground near a Kurn village and left a chasm so deep that no stone thrown within ever struck bottom. From its depths came voices at night, calling the names of the dead, clear as if spoken beside the ear. Many who heard them went mad. Others descended into the darkness and were never seen again. Lothulak came to the place and listened at the edge of the fissure. Among the voices he heard his father and mother, who had drowned in the Castoran flood, calling his name. For a moment he hesitated, then found himself with mammoth hide ropes and descended into the black. Lothulak, we have already heard that name. It was like a tracker, right? I'm not sure which lore note it was in. But we've heard that name before. And I think he had something to do with the Castorans and the flood. I think I actually maybe see the note in here. It was called the Castoran Flood, I believe. Let me just check before I continue. Asterkarn. The Castoran Flood. Was it Lothulak? Yeah. Okay, it's the same thing. Chasm of Voices. Far below, Lothulak saw the cavern widened into a vastness of hollow passages, the slick floors littered with bones. Then there he found vile, pale creatures moving through the darkness, speaking not with their own voices, but with those they had taken from the dead. They called to him with every voice he had ever known, twisting them into a net of memory and grief. In their center stood a greater thing, swollen with stolen speech, offering him the voices of his lost kin if he would cease his hunt. Lothulak answered with his spear. He fought through the dark until the cavern fell silent. Then he set fire to the grotesque remains. The oily blaze burned for 3 days, sending foul smoke up through the cracks in the earth. When he finally climbed out, the entrance collapsed behind him. The Kurn sealed the place thereafter. But it is said that on quiet nights, if one listens near the old scar in the land, faint voices can still be heard calling from below. Scarfell Depths, huh? Is this the place? Because calling it a scar is fitting, right? Oh, we have a totem, and do we have reputation enough for the undead? Maybe this is not Arkovian undead, but oh, this is the wrong thing. I do have nemesis with Arkovian undead. I'm not sure if this applies as well. Forsaken. I'm gonna open a portal. I think it's not far from here, but just to be safe. So it's spawning both Arkovian and these local undead. White Frost Channeler, Cold Skeletons and Cold Summon Familiar. Death Channeler, that is the one that makes... Oh no, this is Vitality Stanjax. There is another Channeler thing that makes it so when you summon Skeletons as a Necromancer, they will always spawn as archers. So you can have your own little archery squad. Guaranteed without having to do any tedious unsummoning. Okay, so there's gonna be a second one, and there should be third as well. I only just realized I should check my mic, because I moved it when I was starting the stream. Should have checked before, because I could have accidentally muted it. That would have been embarrassing. Be streaming for, what is it now? Hour and a half with no mic. Holy shit, that would be bad. Should probably disable the button. Okay, so there's all 3 of you. And I'm guessing all of you want something, huh? Smell the stench of the enemy. Rulian scum. Are you the one they call Gund? Ah, you have heard my name, Lowlander. Let it be the last thing ringing in your ears as you choke on your own blood. The war is long over. The war will not end as long as an Irulian draws a breath in Asterkarn. Your enemies are long dead. Then how do you stand before me, Irulian? I am no enemy. But you, the chieftain's orders. You have died honorably in combat. My battle brothers and sisters call for me. I will not falter when the enemy approaches. Go to them. They await you in the mists. We'll keep watch then. We stand watch. Rest now. Release spirit. Okay, so we do not have to go hostile. And not all of them require a weapon to be brought to them. So it's not a fetch quest for all 3, maybe just the one. Death priests. Now the Cairnstones, still don't know what they're for. Okay. Asia Flameblood. Goddamn Mordors. Yeah, that seems like a fitting name. Flameblood. You're living here. Your blood will boil with my flames, Irulian. I'm not here to fight. Then you burn like all the rest. Okay, so this one doesn't go peacefully. You leave me no choice. How bad are you? Well, you're slow for one. That's a... Whoa, okay, that's a very spicy meatball. Okay, impressive. White Lord's Mantle, Destruction, Kalidor's Tempest, Heart of Wrath. Physical to fire conversion on shoulder piece. Huh. That is very cool. That is a difficult conversion to find. I mean, it rolled the lowest it could have, but still, good to know it exists. Like a global physical conversion to anything is difficult to get. Okay, so we are still missing the sword for the third spirit. Or white, I guess. And since I'm not finding it here, I guess it must be in the overworld, so I have to come back. I mean, it has to be somewhere within this village, right? How far would they put it? So, let's scour this place. Oh, more Kurn. This is a dead end for now. I mean, it's obviously passable, but not yet. Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. Memory of Tulak. I, Skald Ogudai, commit the final words of Tulak of the Blood Ragers to memory. Tulak, whose flesh was disfigured by Irulian blades and whose lifeblood was spilled in the defense of Asterkarn. May the stones carved in his memory serve as a reminder of the mountain of lowlander corpses upon which the life breath at last forsook him. When I am dead, lay me in a mound. Raise stones carved to my memory. One boulder for every battle. One stone for every Irulian who begged for mercy and was granted none. When I am dead, lay me in a mound. Lay my weapons bare where worthy hands can grasp them. May my axes drink deep of foe blood beneath a new moon. When I am dead, lay me in a mound. Raise your drinking horns up to Sola's grace, that's the sun, I believe, and roar Tulak's name. Let the halls quake with your lust for battle. When I am dead, lay me in a mound. Raise stones carved to my memory. And we found it right next to a cairn, so I'm guessing every cairn is a burial place. I doubt every single one of those cairns is built in their honor of this guy, right? And if we destroy all of the cairns, something happens with Tulak? Nah. It's probably just burial places of various Kurn, but I still don't understand why they're there and why do we have the option to destroy them. They never drop anything. Bloodbound Bastion. Okay, so this is closed. Is this gonna be the challenge dungeon? It's already here, just not accessible? I mean, that would be a first, right? We've never had clear indication of where the dungeon is going to be until the dungeon is added to the game. So either Bloodbound Bastion. Either this is the first time that they've prepped the challenge dungeon before it's even added to the game, or this is something else. It would make sense to be the challenge dungeon for the Bloodbound, but again, those jumpers. Okay, but this is going too... Well, I'm still in Ruins of Utakunar, so maybe it's not going too far to find the sword. Until it changes to a different location. still in the right place. Ah. Don't chase the fox when there are whites to fight. Both the Bloodbound and the whites seem to delight in a Eye of Reckoning-like skill. Oh, that's a nice vista. Neat. Okay, no sword. This is probably gonna start leading to other locations, right? We're going back down. Still ruins of Utakunar. I said it was a village, but this is a big place. That's a lot of monster infrequents. Death's Edge. Okay, that's the Vitality Blade Arc. Frost's Edge. Avalanche, Necrotic Edge. Full Cold. So there will be a Cold Veil Walker. Two-handed. That sounds cool. Curious. Oh, yeah. You would be using... I'm not gonna go that way. You would be using Onslaught and then Bone Harvest. Onslaught is already cold, and Bone Harvest, if you are using a two-hander, you can convert it to colds partially on the skill tree, and also increase its damage by quite a bit for two-handers. Okay, so this doesn't go anywhere, so I can just drift back. I don't need to walk. Alimira's Envy Part 2. Didn't I already find that? I thought I read 2 parts. There was something about Alimira and... Story Asterkarn. No, only one. Maybe... Don't know why it's stuck in my memory then so well. Alimira woke alone in that cursed circle, her back upon a cold stone slab in its center. She hurriedly returned to the village and slipped into her bed just as the first light of morning shone from behind the dark, imposing mountains. In the days that followed, Alimira found excuses to be in Diffid's presence, but he paid her no more attention than before, never giving her even the slightest loving glance, making no acknowledgement of what she believed they had shared. Alimira finally confronted him, and he was alone, but Diffid called her mad, denying he had ever met her at the stones, and hurried off. Alimira started to wonder if it were all perhaps some mad dream, but soon her belly began to grow at an alarming speed. After a short time, she was unable to hide the physical manifestation of her misdeed, and was brought before her furious father. Frightened and desperate, she accused the innocent Diffid of forcing himself upon her. Diffid was dragged before Vorlak, his betrothed Lyra, weeping and broken, stood behind her father. "You lie," he roared, pointing furiously at Alimira, his voice cracking with betrayal. "May whatever unnatural thing grows inside you be your undoing." Mad with grief and rage, he fled into the wilds, never to be seen again, his spirit broken by the weight of her falsehood. I'm trying to read too fast. I'm gonna slow down. Alimira's pregnancy continued to progress at a pace that was not natural. At the end of the moon cycle, her belly was so distended she could not walk and lay groaning in pain. Strange impressions could be seen pressing and scraping against her stomach from within their prison of flesh. The midwives attending her were unnerved and reported different bizarre claims, saying they heard strange sounds from within Alimira, or saw the impressions of hooves or claws pressing out from her womb. Oh, is that the origin of the... No. I was gonna say something stupid, never mind. Chieftain Vorlag, his face a mask of grief and shame, was forced to make a terrible choice. Some called for the girl to be burned alive before the evil inside her could be birthed. But Vorlak would not commit his own daughter to such a horrific end. Instead, he had Alimira walled alive in a storage hut. Her screams a lament for our terrible tribe, for our entire tribe. For 3 nights we listened to her torment, each cry a twist of the knife in our collective hearts. Then silence. Okay. Oof. I'm not sure I want to know how that story ends. Because clearly that's... something came out of that, right? I believe, if I remember correctly, in the first lore note, she, like, was envious of the woman that he was supposed to marry, and so she, like, wished, like, performed some ritual or something to, like, be with him, and some apparition that looked like him appeared. She thought it was him, so whatever that thing was, gave her a child. Actually, let me just check that I'm remembering that correctly. It is the story of our end. Is that the Bloodborne, maybe? Origin? Oh, Avingar Kurn, so it ended the Avingar. Yeah, Cursed Standing Stone of the Forgotten Ones. Okay, I'm not entirely clear on what that is. Who the Forgotten Ones are. If it is chthonic or something else. Yeah, so that thing that comes out of it destroys the tribe. At least that's what it says in the first lore note. Anything here? No. Still looking for that sword. I'm not finding it. Oh, they did mention a thief. Right? Some thief took it. And there is still that guy in Twin Falls that we have no idea what his deal is. Would he be the thief? I mean, I have no idea how he would have gotten up here and then gotten back to Cronley's area, but... Johanna Gulder. Alessa Gulder. Also, this is the Gulder family I was supposed to look for. I was like, why are these guys so tanky? Then I noticed the stars on the map. Gulder family shield. Okay, so that's that quest done. Ah, shrine. Okay, let's continue. Armor defensive ability, armor cold damage. I guess this. It's still 32, still have a lot of shrines to find. And most of them are gonna be in Forgotten Gods, which is what I'm gonna do last. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just jump to lower difficulties again and get the shrines as I should have, but... We're committed now. Sorkar Saga. So Sorkar was the guy that was like super strong. The gods were envious of him or something and gave him a... like some role to play in their service. Vorsuthul, the third saga. From the spine of Great Annihilator arose Vorsuthul, the Sun Eater, whose birth beyond the veil ushered in an eclipse. On the 6th morning of his rising, he leapt the mountains and fastened his jaws upon the sun. Day faltered, frost crept across fields at noon, even the gods felt their radiance dim. Bal-Aigan, which is the new name of this Sorkar guy. Bal-Aigan did not wait to be summoned. He climbed Anshalar and beheld Volsuthul. They don't make these names easy, do they? Beheld Volsuthul coiled above the darkening sun. With a roar that split the clouds, he hurled himself skyward and seized the beast by its umbral horns, wrenching it free from its tyranny over the sun. They fell down to earth together, trading blows as thunder shattered the heavens. Bal-Aigan tore one horn from the beast's head and thrust it through its single large malignant eye. Blinded and raging, Vorsuthul clamped his jaws upon Bal-Aigan's shoulder, but from the wound poured searing radiance. Bal-Aigan answered with his mighty axe like falling stars, driving blows into the beast's body over and over. Sparks rained down upon the earth, the seas boiling where their fragments landed. He thrust his arm into the beast's chest, seizing its cold black heart and crushed it in his grip. Light burst outward in a great wave, and Vorsuthul unraveled into ash and evaporating darkness. The sun was free once more. Okay, so this Sorkar was a very cool guy, but I'm wondering how that connects to our current lore. Is some aspect of that demon gonna show up, or... Because I feel like Grim Dawn doesn't really do much background lore that doesn't tie in back into what's in the game. Usually either it's background lore for like a character or a god that you're going to encounter or will have some relevance later, or it applies to a specific character that's in the game. But neither the demon nor the Sorkar or whatever his name is has any relevance in the game so far, so curious if that reappears. So I'm gonna scour the rest of this place to see if the sword is... No, I cannot go there. That's the fortress. Oh, who are you? Oh, is that the thief? I mean, the sword looks white-ish. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Krakoon the Reaver.
I'm watching you, Lowlander.
Kurn died here to get rid of filth like you, Lowlander. Let's be going. It's a curious sword you carry. Yeah, what about it? That is the sword of Maruda, thief. Wrong, it is mine. I claim it by right of pillage. You did not pillage, you're grave robbing. And you're a lowlander vermin sniffing where you don't belong. What are you going to do about it? I could pay you for it. Now you're speaking my language. This here blade isn't what it used to be. I doubt it will fetch much back in Kurnhold. I could part with it for 500,000 iron bits. That's ridiculous. I'll pay you 5,000. Are you daft? I'm not parting with this thing for any less than 300,000. I can do 100,000. Fine, you've worn me down. Pay up and get out of my face. Can't you do any less? Stop wasting my time, Lowlander. Okay, so you can talk him down or I can fight him. I'm not gonna fight him. I don't need that much.
Your presence here is an insult.
Krakoon spits on the ground. Get out of my face, Lowlander. I can still attack him, but no. Oh, he doesn't have a weapon. I'm curious how that fight would go. If he has a sword, sure, but... weaponless? Actually, that is something I need to try. Not on this character, I'm playing on Goody Two-Shoes. But in future, I want to see if the fight changes if you attack him when he has the sword and when he doesn't. If he actually fights different. Okay, so I can bring the sword back.
Why do you torment the damned?
Wretch, you carry my blade, return it or suffer. Here it is, now rest. There we go. And the guy that I'm supposed to speak to after this Desiccated husk. How did I miss that? It's right in front of the door. Is he back outside, or do I have to go to Kurnhold? No, he's still here. Inuta Kunar. And you're far.
The spirits guide us all.
The torrent of unrest emanating from Scarfell feels more tamed. Is it finished? It is done. Final rest achievement complete. 300 Kurn reputation. That is 300 only because I have a 200% boost. Wait, is it? It's a weird number. So it would have only given me 100 again? They are so stingy. Tonic of reshaping. Oh, you can reset your attributes with this. So we do get... You can get quite a few of these, but it's good to know. You need one quickly. Ah, this isn't that close, I guess, from the start of the act. Okay. I might actually use one of those soon. If I feel like I need more health. I'm kind of flexible in the sense that, like, my final build will have a lot of cunning, but I don't necessarily need cunning because it doesn't scale my damage directly. It's more scaling by crits, so I can afford more physique if I need to. Thank you, Lowlander, for aiding me in this. Time is finally catching up with me. I cannot offer much in thanks. Perhaps this draft will help you forget some past ills. Thank you, farewell. Okay, so my reputation with the Kurn is still very low. Even despite that... I mean, yeah, it's true that I haven't really fought much of the Bloodsworn this stream because it's all been beasts, undeads. There were some chthonics in the rift, but those were chthonic, not bloodbound. So it's questionable whether that was giving me reputation, or all of them were giving me reputation. Some definitely were, because my reputation with Kurn did go up there from tolerated to friendly, but I'm guessing the majority of them didn't count. So it has been mostly undead and beasts, so I didn't actually progress my reputation with the faction this stream much. One of these cairnstones. It would technically actually make sense that the cairns don't drop items, because if they are the burial sites of Kurn and they hold to the same traditions that we've heard of from others, their weapons are not like buried with them, they're just placed on the outside so that other Kurn can take them and use them. So maybe all of these cairnstones have basically already been quote-unquote pillaged, so there's nothing to find. So destroying them doesn't drop gear for that reason. There's nothing buried underneath. That looked like a place you could access. But, god damn it, I would have to backtrack. Let me do that. I did say I want to explore everything, so I'm gonna do that. Looks like there's something behind the shrine, but I didn't see anything when I was close to it. Oh, there is. It goes down. And there's a blockage. Cave-in blocks the way. Well, I can't blow it up with dynamite, so... Huh. More things to remember that I don't know they're for or when they will open. So we have the Bloodbound Bastion over here. There was a barricade that we couldn't get through in this direction. There's still the 2 Castorans that we don't know what to do with them, and the wood chips that we were carrying. And now we have a cave-in. They weren't kidding about... I don't know if that's a secret, but... I mean, it was on the map, so it's probably not a secret, but just something that unlocks later on. But again, don't know when. Oh, so this isn't like a large location, it's just a little camp. Goodbye and a promise. The parchment is stained with what were likely tears. Urdok, I remember the day we first met. I remember the day you bested me in the sparring circles, then offered me your hand so that I could rise from the dirt. I remember the way we laughed our spirits high on mead. I remember the day we slew the white bristlehorn, our axes dripping with blood. Those are the memories I choose to remember you by, Urdok. Not the twisted smile that greeted me from atop the ridge, leading a band of bloodbound. Not the gleeful laugh as you scalped the poor woman and ripped her child in twain over a blood basin. Thought my eyes bewitched, but my heart knew the truth. My friend is dead, and a fiend has taken his body. It is the only version of this tale I can stomach, for any other would leave me broken and unable to see this through. I read these words as a farewell to the man I loved as a brother. Urdok, this is my goodbye and a promise that I will not let your good memory be tainted by the evil that wears your skin. I still have the axe you gifted me all those years ago. When I return it to you, it will be piercing your vile heart. Sorwald Stormbreaker. Mikon. So, you're the Aurelian that's been making their way north. You are actually planning to enter the Dread Wastes? Yes? Why? I'm going to be honest with you. The thought of asking an Aurelian for aid sickens me, but our hopes dwindle by the day. When our son Desmir disappeared one night, we figured maybe he wandered into the nearby woods. But when we found no sign of him, our hearts sank at the only other possibility, the Bloodbound. Those blood drinkers have been known to abduct children in the past in order to indoctrinate them into their ranks. There's a chance Desmir still lives, but he must be in the Dread Wastes. We came here to look for him ourselves, but the Wayfinders will not let us pass under strict orders from the High Chieftain. If you are heading into the Waste, please, find our son. We'll pay any price. I will do what I can. Wayfinder Huldir.
Start any trouble, Lowlander.
You are to be allowed to pass, Lowlander, but I would not mistake that for an invitation. Those that take the Dread Wastes lightly seldom return to speak of it. Why is that? It is a land tainted by the Great Annihilator's touch. Life has been choked out of the soil, and what remains of the wildlife has been driven mad with corruption. That is saying little of the bloodbound scum that make the Wastes their stronghold. You are entering the heart of the enemy of the Kurn, of all mankind. We stand guard over this wild border so that no heretic encroaches upon Kurnhold. Well, I need to go in there. If you are dead set on venturing out to certain death, then I won't stop you. But should you find what remains of my scouts out in the Dread Wastes, give them this final honor. Retrieve their reports so that their sacrifice was not in vain. The intelligence they held could be critical in keeping the Bloodbound at bay, or even allow us to pierce their defenses. Oh, could this maybe... When he says pierce their defenses, could that mean access their fortress? Then I will find them. If I will find them, I will let you know. Taria.
Traveler.
Please, Lowlander, do you have any news of our son? Where did you want me to search again? Okay, so this is the wife, I guess. The Bloodbound scum have been abducting children for some time now. We don't know if that's what happened to Desmir, but we've exhausted all the other possibilities. Please search the bloodbound encampments in the Dread Wastes for any sign of our son. Okay. I also wanted to go back to turn in the quest with the shield. There's a rift. Dread Wastes rift. So back to Kurnhold. Now, if only I could remember where the person was that I was supposed to bring this to. This is a big place. It's probably gonna be somewhere by the chief, maybe. That's where the biggest concentration of NPCs is. And I guess I would be wrong. Not here. They weren't inside, right? I mean, there's no highlights. Oh, no. Dane Vilgar. Wait, who are you?
Olander, I've been observing you with a cautious eye. Despite my many reservations, your intentions seem to be true. If you are here to mend old wounds, then perhaps there is something you can uniquely accomplish.
And what is that?
What I ask of you is a matter of honor. Countless Kurn warriors have perished upon foreign soil, bold and unyielding to their final breath, and were denied the rights that would carry their spirits home to Asterkarn. To your people, they were no doubt seen as savages. To us, all were heroes, but some were legends. The Great War may be ancient history now, but bad blood between Kurn and Erulan still runs deep. No Kurn has set foot in your lands for centuries. However, you may come and go freely. There is little hope of recovering all of our dead, but you can reach the places we know our greatest champions fell. If you are willing, it is imperative that we at least try. Recovering these remains to Kurnhold would mean a lot to my people in trying times.
What do you need me to recover?
There are 4 in particular that I would have you seek out. Chieftain Arukai of the White Fangs was a valiant leader who fought on the Arkovian front. He fell in what is now known as Old Arkovia. His remains were left for the vultures. His iconic shield, marked with the clan's sigil, was never recovered. Wulfrin Bloodbeard was a mighty berserker, as strong as 3 Kurn, or 5 Erulians, depending who you ask. Wulfrin was captured and cruelly left to rot in the depths of Tyrant's Hold, but his axe was as legendary as the fighter. Recovering it would mean much to the Kurn people. Grilla the Frostfire was a master of the elements, a true paragon of the mystics. If her robes still exist, then they will be found somewhere in the Blood Grove. That is a well-traveled land, so I would check with local smugglers. Lastly, Elder Tomakar was equally a wise skald and a brilliant strategist. His mind was pivotal to the Kurn penetrating Erulan defenses and driving their forces back long enough for our clans to regroup. Sadly, he never made it home to his beloved Asterkarn. Search for his staff in the outskirts of what became Port Valbury.
Okay, so we already have some of these. I think I know now where to find one other in the Old Arkovia. That's gonna be probably the guy Johnny the Scar hangs around in Old Arkovia and looks like a thief. The one guy that they mentioned, like local smugglers or like traders, I did remember, as he was saying, that I did buy one of those items from Benevald, the shopkeep in Bloodgrove. So I think I know 3 of them, and then one is in Port Valbury. They mention outskirts, so that should mean that I don't have to go in the challenge dungeon in Port Valbury, which is great. So I could just zip into Port Valbury, pick it up, and get back out. Tell me more about these heroes.
I am no skald, but I am learned in the war history of my people. Who do you want to know more about?
Tell me about Chieftain Arukai.
While we remember the Great War as the conflict between Kurn and Erulan, the bloodshed engulfed not just Asterkarn, but the entire continent. Chieftain Arukai of the White Fangs was stationed on the Arkovian front and kept the opportunist gold-counting oligarchs at bay, while we contended with our main foe. His demise would prove to be the most despicable and loathsome of the war. Arukai did not get a warrior's death on a battlefield. He was laid low by Arkovian poison blades in the dark of night, preceding a devastating attack on his camp the next morning. His death was a tragic loss to our leadership and morale. Our warriors were driven into a blood frenzy never before seen, but they were without direction or strategy. While the Arkovians suffered significant losses, they were ultimately victorious thanks to their underhanded tactics. Arukai's remains were left to the vultures, and his iconic shield was never recovered.
Let me just check the stream real quick. Okay, no, everything seems to be working. Okay.
I am no skald, but I am learned.
Wulfrin Bloodbeard.
Wulfrin Bloodbeard was quite possibly the strongest man that ever lived. He towered over his enemies and made even the mightiest Erulian fighters feel small in stature. He struck fear into the hearts of his foes by coloring his long beard with the blood of the fallen. Despite his menacing appearance and physical power, Wulfrin was captured early in the war and made an example of. Tales are still told of him being paraded around in shackles, his namesake beard shaved, and his eyes seared away by hot pokers. Wulfrin, along with his legendary axe, was left to rot in the depths of the fortress you call Tyrant's Hold, far too deep in Erulan territory for rescue. Many atrocities are committed during war in the name of victory, but Wulfrin's treatment was truly horrific.
So yeah, we already have this axe, because we were in Tyrant's Hold, and we did find it there next to the blacksmith.
I am no skald.
Grilla the Frostfire.
The Frostfire was a natural at reading the ancient runes. Fire and ice obeyed her like it was second nature, but it was how she combined them that made her a master of the elements. Grilla's magic proved a potent counter to the Empire's Arcanists, so it comes as no surprise that she was singled out by a strike force of elite Black Legion Inquisitors. The resulting conflict scorched the Blood Grove in a blaze that took the forest generations to recover from. I doubt anything remains of Grilla, but if her heavily enchanted robes survived, then I would check with local treasure hunters or smugglers. That area gets far too much foot traffic for them to be just left lying around.
Yeah, so we have those two. We bought those from Benevald.
I am no skald, but Elder Tomakar was no warrior by any measure, but his mind was instrumental in the early days of the Great War. He tempered my people's rage and channeled it where it would be most effective. His final act was to lead an attack that would drive a wedge through Erulan's forces and deliver his troops to what is now Port Valbury. All involved knew that this would likely be a suicide mission, a diversion while the clans regrouped back in Kurnhold. But Tomakar chose to lead from the front. He could not send those brave men and women to die without facing the risks himself. The Kurn lost a brilliant mind that day. Tomakar's staff was a symbol of his office. He leaned heavily upon it as he walked, so it would undoubtedly be where he fell.
Okay, so well, this is not the NPC I was looking for. I was looking for the woman that tasked me with finding the shield, but... I mean, I'm curious, where did this quest even come from? This doesn't unlock a new quest. This unlocks a new quest. So why is he suddenly willing to give us the quest when before he wasn't? What's the trigger? Okay, so that's that. But where is the woman that gave us the quest then? Not in here. She should be highlighted from the outside, but... Oh, is that her? It is her.
Thank you, Lowlander. You've done me a great kindness.
My father's shield. My heart is racing to hold it again. You set me up. What? What happened? Your family are a band of bloodbound butchers. What? Oh no. I was so sure they were all as good as dead. Now I see it is so much worse. You must trust me, Lowlander. I had no idea, I swear. Fine, take it. Thank you. I swear I had nothing to do with what my family was doing, and I promise you I will use this shield in defense of my homeland. Please have this totem. It's all I could manage to take with me from the family cabin. Knowing what I know now, its appearance makes a whole lot more sense. Bloodbound totem, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Lowlander. You've done me a great kindness.
Okay, so nothing new. Yeah, so... I'm gonna go see about this quest that we've just gotten. Which means I'm gonna go check with Johnny the Scar if he suddenly has something to say. Which was in Twin Falls. Right, that's an Arkovian region, so... Because I've otherwise scoured Old Arkovia, I doubt he would be in Steps of Torment, right? What would the Kurn chieftain be doing there? It's not a chieftain, a Kurn warrior. Maybe it was a chieftain, I don't remember. So it should be somewhere on the surface, which means I would have found it by now. Yep, now there's a quest marker here. Just a moment. You would excuse me. I have someone to talk to. And probably murder. I doubt he's gonna be willing to give up that shield for free without violence. Ah, more interruptions. Get away, please. Okay, so finally we have use for you.
Don't you know who I am?
It's a nice looking shield. Seems out of place. Oh, aye, pretty thing. Found it whispering to me from the ribcage of some crusty old moop. At least what was left after the worms had their fill. Looks a bit dented, but still sings when it catches an axe blow. I'll buy it off you. What's that? The shield likes what you're hearing, what it's hearing. I'll give it to you for 100,000 scraps. You've got to be joking. You can fold an old dog for trying. You can have this hunk of junk for 10,000. Okay, so that one guy was selling us a sword for nearly 500,000. We managed to talk him down to 100,000, and this guy immediately caves in and makes it at 10,000. Alright, give him 10,000 iron bits. Okay, so we don't have to fight him. Nice.
Bloody hell!
Okay, so nothing else changes. So that's 3 of the pieces. The 4th one is in Port Walbury. Now I'm not gonna go fighting my way through Port Walbury just for that. What I'm gonna do instead is just bomb rush it. if it's truly in the outskirts, I shouldn't have to enter the dungeon. So I can just zip around, get the staff, and get back out. If it is inside, then that's gonna have to wait. Now, Port Valbury is a challenge dungeon that you can access from the conflagration. In here. There's a detonation site. We passed by it when we were in here. Especially don't want to be fighting Ethereals because I have Nemesis with them. So I would be spawning a Nemesis potentially, and I'm not really feeling like doing that fight. I'm gonna ignore everything I can. We're not here to be fighting to a challenge dungeon. I just want to see where it is. Yeah, they said it is in the outskirts, and this is named Port Valbury Outskirts, so it has to be somewhere in here. Just need to find a marker. Okay, not here. Okay, where is it? Not here. Is it gonna be close to the doorway? Terrain in here is so hostile. It's not here. My guess is it's gonna be up north, because there's like little U-shaped area, let's call it, upside down U. I guess a horseshoe. It doesn't really have anything in it. Out of my way. Okay, this is the area I'm talking about, but there's nothing here either. God damn it. Ah, there's the marker. Tomakar the Lost. Oh, so we now has a spirit here. Oh, okay. You look like you're celestial. Oh, what are you suddenly healthy? Did the Mind Rager heal you? Okay, and there's Memory of Elder Tomakar. The broken staff of Elder Tomakar, its faint glow a reminder of long-faded power. Tomakar's sage strategic advice led to the Kurn penetrating the Erlan Iron Wall and delving deep into the Empire's lands. Okay. I don't want to fight you. So now we can go back. All the way to Kurnhold. I'm gonna check the descriptions of these items before we get rid of them. Battle drops of Grilla the Frostfire, who wove flame and ice together into devastating displays of spellcraft. The broken axe of the legendary berserker Wolfrin Bloodbeard was said to bear the strength of 3 Kurn or 5 Erulians as the stories go. And the others are... the Memory of Elder Tomakar and Memory of Chieftain Arukai. Worn out shield of Chieftain Arukai, who pushed deep into Arkovian lands in the name of the Kurn. Okay, so we have all 4. Math is hard. This better give me good reputation. These guys have been so stingy so far. Please, please, please.
You bear the remnants of my people.
I located all the relics.
You have done a great service to the Kurn people, Lowlander. The spirits of our fallen heroes were doomed to roam a foreign land, but now we can perform the rites. Your respect for our ways is admirable. Perhaps it is time we reconsider past grudges.
Now this is better. 1500 Kurn reputation. Which again, it would have only been 500 if I didn't have the farmed merit from the other character. So still not great. 1500 is only good with the tripling. Is there anything else I can do?
Perhaps in time. If the Kurn are to meet the challenges ahead, we may need to look to the past. But for now, that is just a fleeting thought.
Let me know when the time comes. Okay, so I'm guessing that when we proceed with the reputation with this faction, this is the guy we need to come back to for the other quests. Right, because we get a new quest here and a new quest here. Okay, let's empty some of our inventory. I've been carrying those relics for a while. Let's sell stuff off while we're here. I'm gonna just, out of curiosity, look for chaos damage, but I don't think there's gonna be anything I want to swap. This is too high level. I mean, it is vulnerability. I guess I could keep it in competition with this. I can compare after. When it becomes relevant. No, can't sell that. Don't want to. That was a misclick. That is a cool looking shoulder piece. White Lord's mantle. Oh yeah, I should put that in the stash. Chaos damage. Piercing turns to chaos damage on possession, attack speed. That's actually not bad. But I won't have the physique to carry it. Call to chaos, +3 to bloodborne, which I do not use. And the resistances are... I mean, they're not bad. I mean, no, there's no point in reading it. 820 physique, again, not gonna be able to wield that. Unless I reallocate my attributes. So this goes in the stash, which is right here. My personal stash, not the shared one. And... okay, that's everything.
I'll keep an eye on this.
Now there was a waypoint or a rift where I left from, so I don't have to walk to the rift here and just zip right over. Tainted meat. Ah, we found it. That was the thing that I found with the other character. It dropped from the boars though, not from the bird people. Meat from wildlife tainted by the dread wastes. Nevertheless, it could feed someone desperate enough. Well, that's interesting. So it's from the dread wastes, but I found it on the other character in... what's the name called? What is the area called? In Voodoo River. That's very far from Dread Wastes. New music. Okay, so the wildlife is straight up just chaos focused now. Codex of Reckoning, I already found this item with the other characters, so I'm no need to save it. Oh yeah, I have to search the dead here. I guess. Slain Kurn. Come on, let me click on it. Oh yeah, it's the scout reports. Wayfinder report. Report from Wayfinder Purska. Large blood-bound presence in the northeast of the wastes. We'll try to get closer for observation. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3 of them. I already see an indicator for another, I think. Either that or it's one of the rifts that I'm supposed to close, or wounds, they call it. Ah, and there are those Kohranak. They weren't doing these things when I saw them though. I guess I killed them too fast with that character. Saw the jumps, but not these spinny things. Bloodbound Ritualist. Also, this is how I seal the wounds. Out of Chthon. Okay, that closes one. That's the southern one. Empty halls. I'm gonna read that after I kill the guy that's chasing me. Kurn Bloodbound, Doomsayer. Empty halls. I weep for days that may never return. I wander our once pristine lands, and everywhere I look, I see fear, emptiness, and despair. What kind of future awaits us in a world where the spark of battle has left my people's eyes? Where our roads are not patrolled and our hunting grounds are overrun with vermin grovels. Abandoned homes and cold hearths are all that remain of our settlements. Can the Kurn reclaim their lost spirit of battle? Or are we doomed to squander our final days cooped up in the once proud Kurnhold, a crumbling reminder of our glory? As our shield arms wither away and the battle breath is stolen from our lungs, I find myself haunted by dreams of blood, visions of death and gore. It is a future that I see. But whose blood will be spilled? My clan can no longer abide the atrophy of inaction. We will march upon the dread wastes and either reclaim our lands or our blood will nourish the soil. Thane Urteg. Another scout. Oh crap. A nemesis. And it's Kuba Krabra. Didn't go so well when I last met her. You missed. I regret I said anything. I mistimed that. Okay, I need to get out of these pools. That's a dead end. Or at least I got stuck on a wall. It's not a dead end, I can move further. There's probably more enemies down there. And it just keeps getting worse, as it usually does with Kubacabra. Oh boy, that's a lot of bleeding. Or vitality maybe, vitality decay. Well, it took a lot longer than I expected for her to appear, but at least the fight went well. Or as well as it could. Okay, Avatar of Order. Red Knight's leg plates, those are not for us. Bacabra's leggings. Fault line, that's for Leap. Yeah, not for us, but I can save them for maybe someone else. Wooly Void Guard. Doombolt, Cadence, reducing the cooldown of Doombolt and Possession, so probably Chaos. Witchblade, because you cannot use the physical version of Doombolt if you already occupy the offhand. I guess you could make it Vitality. Oh shit, I didn't want to. I thought those were gonna be enemies. Oh, it's not the scouting report, it's the... Oh, more tainted meat, and it just keeps picking up. 7 already. But it is quest related. I mean, it doesn't say it's a quest item. Is it gonna be another one of those like the wood chip? You are supposed to do something with it at some point, but it's not quest. Official quest at least, so maybe a hidden one. Okay, the Kurn Shrine. Offer a frozen Aster. Okay, that's the third one. Right? Where am I supposed to return to? It doesn't show up on the quest log. Source of Corruption. Oh, those are the wounds. Cleanse the land. Return to Elrune in Kur. Erfun in Kurnhold. Okay, I'm gonna do that. No idea where that character is, of course. But there will be highlighted. Yep, there you are. Erfun the Mystic.
Tread carefully, Lowlander.
You have returned, Lowlander. Were you able to reach the shrines? Our prayers have been heard, I think. Ooh, attribute points. Okay, that's a very important quest to do then. Good. Your actions today may feel like a pebble thrown into a lake, but their ripples will have far-reaching consequences. The land may yet heal, and you have planted the first seeds. May Ulo bless you on your journey, Lowlander. Farewell. Neat. Attribute points. And I didn't get reputation. I didn't check if I got reputation from it. Still need a lot for respected, but I will be fighting a lot of Bloodbound, I'm guessing now. So this will progress and I'm gonna unlock the next quest. Maybe one of those will be relevant to those, the tainted meat and maybe the wood chips. It's the first time in the game that you are carrying something for this long. And Fangs of Asterkarn seems to delight in it. The items that I found in Taren's Hold and in Bloodgrove from Benevald have been with me also for a long time before they found use. Okay, I'm guessing we're gonna get the second Nemesis soon. so far has gone better than Kubacabra, so I guess that's okay. What is down here? Oh, I can enter directly. Chaos Stair, so is that another one of those that I need to close? I'm gonna open a portal, because again, I cannot do it inside. Crimson Expanse. We have increased cooldown reduction, monsters deal more physical damage, well, I hate to see that. And they are slow resistance. What are you? Oh, Infernal Heads. Oof. That almost killed me. So this doesn't seem to be related to a quest so far. Comics, they will just keep popping up when you least expect them. I'm not the only one who can use rifts. Which again is interesting. Tonics have their rifts and Ethereals have their rifts. You'd think it would be the domain of one or the other. But I guess not, because all of them are from a different dimension, not from Kurn. So what is in here? Why am I here? Other than, of course, morbid curiosity. Should kill the healer. I'm doing decently enough that I could maybe start luring in bigger groups. Although with the physical damage modifier, maybe I shouldn't risk it. Level up. It increase reputation with the outcast. Does it increase? No, it doesn't. So these do not count as bloodbound. So I'm not getting reputation with the Kurn from it. Berserker. Still have a long way to go on this, but it's not growing as much. 1% total damage every 2 levels. The max attack and casting speed isn't really helping because I'm not reaching my max anyway. And refresh the duration of Untamed Rage up to 9 seconds now. I guess that thing goes up. So Untamed Rage is, if I drop below 50%, I get damage absorption and OA. And I can keep it up for longer. Okay. More tankiness in a conditional way, I guess. I guess is a more interesting improvement than what they were doing originally in the beta version of Grim Tools. In the preview of the Berserker tree, the form of the beast was just straight up giving you a total damage modifier and damage absorption. It's more interesting to do it by tying it to Untamed Rage. It's damage absorption, but in a more like mechanical sense, more intriguing than just giving it to you for free. And also, in the beta version, transformations were temporary, so I guess it made sense to give it to you straight up when you already had a time limit on it. So I didn't... looks like I didn't miss anything down here. What is the chance of reducing the cooldown? 15% chance. By 0.8 seconds. So it looks like the extent of the reduction doesn't grow. Okay, so what is in here? I'm guessing a boss, because why else would we be in here? Not for a boss, then there has to be a quest. And yeah, I wanted to check also what is my situation with the chthonics. Okay, 1800. Still good enough distance, but I might feel it. I don't know how many chthonics there are gonna be until I finish this act. Swift, kill that first. Check the stream. Okay. These are kind of hurting. Oh yeah, they are teleporting. For those in chest guard, that's an awakenable. I already have one, but I can maybe carry some spares. Oh yeah, I cannot open a rift in here, so I'm gonna just have to product this totem. It's a Forsaken one. Ah, those are base game enemies at least. Thundering. Oh, that was an arcane. I think I killed that before that became a problem. I mean, at least it can't remove my transformation that we've already learned. Rune armor of Ignafar. Yeah, we're starting to find some soul splitter. Starting to find some actual endgame gear now. Still some distance from getting what we need, but good to know we're almost there. But yeah, the leveling process is definitely slowed down. I started 79, I think. And like nearly 80 was already, and I'm only just getting 82. I thought I'm gonna be like reaching the 94s Last stream I think I said like maybe in 4 streams, but no, it's probably gonna be more than that. Green Valgoth, the Tainted Blood. There's our boss. Okay, that looks like an acid devastation. And it just doesn't stop falling, so I need to lure him to use it when I'm at a distance, or I have to lure him over. But he doesn't want to go into melee much, does he? Okay, now you cast it. One. Okay, he casts it, then we go in. Tainted Blood. Is that the first... No, it's not the first acid-focused Chthonian boss that is like guaranteed. Despised with Bloodbound. Can it stop? I mean, they did say Tainted Blood, so I guess it makes sense that he would leave a pool of death behind. The Thrower of Dreeg. Nice, nice, nice. What do you do? Piercing Bloody Pox. And bleeding damage on Counter-Strike. Pierce resistance reduction on Bloody Pox. Huh. So bleed Witchblade. But not a retaliation focused one. It's a one-handed axe. Could this be something that Blood Knight uses? Wait, no, Blood Knight isn't a Witchblade though. Blood Knight is a soldier, necromancer, now also berserker. Does it include occultists? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I haven't actually played a proper Blood Knight build. I used Blood Knight for a build on a Witchblade, but it was like a desperation measure because that build didn't have good enough endgame support for what I was trying to do. Okay, so this was not quest related. Because that was not considered a chthonic wound, also we didn't close. More tainted meat. I'm guessing this is one of those blockages that moves around. This is the first time I'm here, so I don't know. Cool effects. They've added. Kocha. Werewolf. I am the hunter. I am rage. I am the wolf. Look upon me, sister. You can control this. This is not the master you are. You tame the beast? Yes, and so can you. This is gonna be an interaction that I can only do because I am playing a shapeshifter, right? Yes, and so can you. What should I do? So we can send her off the deep ends on a killing spree or push her towards control. Since I'm trying to play a goody two-shoes on this one, despite it not making sense because I'm currently a Chaos Werewolf, but yeah, deny the beast, turn back. But the wolf, it hungers. Remember your humanity. Formula Draculus. Complex diagram of chemical arcane reactions. Gives you lifesteal. 30 seconds. That's good. You can apply this to your energy potion if you don't need energy potions, right? And you can just keep it up forever. So where is it? You just consume it and it becomes available to everybody. All of your characters.
It's an honor, Lowlander.
Your words quell the wolf blood raging in my veins. Must ground myself in the teachings of Mogdrogan lest the transformation take me again. It is not easy, but it is necessary. Okay, so this gives me that, and I'm guessing the other outcome, sending her after the Bloodbound, either just doesn't give me any physical reward, but maybe clears my way a little bit. Or I just get a different formula somehow. I guess you have to choose two different options here. If you want to collect everything. I don't know. Again, speculating. I don't have the answers. This, considering there have been several quests already that have multiple outcomes, guessing it's gonna take like 3 playthroughs to figure everything out. This expansion. What the various possibilities of each quest are and the consequences of them. This is blocked. Okay, so we're still looking for the 2 reports and 2 wounds. Oh, another shrine. Not too far from the previous one. We have been like very dry on shrines. Was 1 here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Then 1 in Utak Kunar, and very close to it another. Pandemic. Hello, old boy. I remember you well. I have a build with you in mind. Actually, no, I have a build around you, I should say, already. A Dreek's Evil Eye, Ravenous Earth, Acid, Kabbalist. Whispers of the Dead. I feel a sneeze coming on. It passed. Oh, what? Where did I get 2 skill points? I thought I invested them already. Okay. I guess I didn't. Because I did invest the cunning, but I guess I didn't check the skill tree. And I wanted to invest the devotion points. This will finish Ulo. No, not quite. 1 more. Not Ulo, Amatok. Ulo is over here. It was a devotion I was considering for this build. In fact, 1 version of it did have it, but if I get the right affixes, I won't need it. It has a lot of like good defensive stuff in terms of like resistances, crowd control, res. If I get the right affixes on my gear, should be fine without it. Oh, so much tainted meat. And I just want to check, you can't eat it, right? Oh, you can't eat it. What's this? Purifying altar. You notice the flames of the altar ravenously licking in the air and are overcome with a strong desire to bring them tainted meat from the dread wastes. Okay, so what happens? Offer 1. Blaze consumes the flesh in an instant. A charred lump is all that remains. Perhaps that was not enough in 1 go to satisfy the flames. Okay, so if I put 5 in, flames consume the flesh in an instant. A charred lump is all that remains. Is something inside? Stare at the altar again. Huh. So is it just gonna eat up all of the meat and nothing comes out? Okay, so I guess you have to have even more than... But I had more than 5 at a time. I could have given it 10 and nothing happened. What the hell? Secrets, secrets, secrets. Oh, I'm walking straight through the door, but nothing inside. Again, why is this hidden path? This has to open, right? At some point this will open. And I think it might have something to do with the altar. I guess I have to farm more meat. Another rift gate. Oh, this one is defended. What? My inventory is full already? Okay, time to go sell. We haven't achieved for the reputation, right? No, we are very close though. I should check maybe some of the... Could get a bounty. What bounties are there? Oh, no, I can't get a bounty because that unlocks here, not here. Okay. So not yet. Send everything off. Again, check for chaos damage. This is about chaos damage. More health than what I have here. The bleeding rest. Can I afford the loss of bleeding rest? I cannot. What's my movement speed? Situation. If I activate this, it's 11 over. So I could drop the thing on the boots and apply bleed rest there. It's only gonna be 20. And I'm losing 56, so no. Can't afford that. Chaos damage. Petrify, stun, vitality res. Nah, they're not even really better than what I have. I guess I shouldn't be selling all of these. Just in case I need them in the future. I have now a bunch of space in my stash. I did a lot of cleaning up. It cannot be awakened. Okay, I'm gonna toss those in the stash. So that is shared stash. This is armor pieces, weapons. It's an awakenable. I already have one, but why not? Oh, I wanted to get these jewels and wanted to get rid of this and of this. Oh, more armor. Okay. Right, this isn't... Oh no, this was worth considering. This is worth considering, but this... Physical chaos, it is actually. Devouring, those are new. Second right, vitality, poison and pierce res. Hey, that's not bad. I will actually keep it, so never mind. Black Citadel. So apparently I now need to farm up a whole bunch of meat. Figure out what's going on with that altar. Okay, so these guys stun apparently. Oh, there's an upheaval and brute force on a shield. So one-handed enabler for two-handed attacks. Ruination of Night. Is that something to do with the... Seek the location of the poem. Okay, so that is it. Ruination of Night. I am the night, with every faded light, hands stung by bitter breath, gather closer around dying embers, reaching desperately for the warmth denied them with the passing of the ages. One by one, their frozen grasp let go of the last spark of hope, and oblivion claims them. A waning crescent forms upon my lips. In the undreaming beneath, a primordial king bears the fruit of annihilation. In his hands is cupped a hollow promise of deepest crimson, but even he shall be made to bow before the eternal dark. Ah, so this might be talking about Hugo. A waning crescent forms upon my lips. I shed my celestial drape and let its silken threads be consumed in the blaze of the setting sun's desire. The ashes of my past spill over the glacial memories of a land frozen in time. Only the Stygian ichor of the Unmaker grants shade to my countenance. I am the night. There is some references to Hugo. So I was right in the first one, but it just wasn't clear. Because like it says specifically, primordial king bears the fruit of annihilation, so that would be the thorn. But even he shall be made to bow before the eternal dark. That is Hugo. Okay, but it still doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to do with this. Surge of Night. Seek the next location in the poem. Again, I have no idea. There was no clear description where it's supposed to lead. So I just have to stumble across it. It's another scout report. Wayfinder report. Report from Wayfinder Ulfir. The old fortress of Tamarok is no longer abandoned and now serves as a bloodbound staging ground. Witness them taking children inside. Will scout for potential points of ingress. Tamarog. Okay. That's the third report. Where's the first one then? Right, because I found... Let me check again. First report is missing. I would have thought the first would be the one I find first, right? So did I skip something? time is it? Let me check. Ah, I can keep going for another 50 minutes. No report here. This is a dead end. Unless... Nope. Still closed. That ritual has to have something to do with the door, I'm guessing. Why would they be so close together? Ah, more ritualists. Tamarog, the Black Citadel. Our current location. Cool ass name. The World Tear, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Sealed by the Void, it's gonna be some... maybe quest, like Kurn reputation quest. Could also be the Hranak Seer. What is the name again of the faction? Noctukari, maybe? Because there are quests, right, on Noctukari's reputation list. Not here. Enchanted potion. Oh no, there are no more quests here. Noctukari's ruined orb is shared with Kurnhold. Oh, so it will move to a more accessible location. Okay. What's this?
Can't you feel it?
Chieftain Gruder of the Dread Wastes. What are you doing to me? Oh! Hellhounds that seem to be unkillable? Well, I did want to go back here anyway because we unlocked a new quest. Maybe it's the one that leads to the rift that I just found? Right? Yes, new quest.
Lowlander, everything you have done for the Kurn has made me reconsider once distant possibilities. I could use you once again in a delicate diplomatic matter this time.
Diplomacy?
I have already spoken with the High Chieftain. My mission has her blessing. I am to depart for the Krusul Crags to the north and reopen communications with the Drangul tribes. They were once allies. Calamity may demand it be so again. As an Arulian, you are my proof that we can set aside old grudges in hopes of working together. And you are a capable warrior to boot. I would be honored if you would join me.
You were allies with Dranguls?
Yes, Dranguls once stood with the Kurn as Bladekin. Their chiefs joined ours in the Pyre Circle. It was never an alliance of mutual respect, more necessity against a common foe. When Erulon invaded Asterkarn during the Great War, Dranguls fought beside us to push back against the tide of ironclad warriors. After the war's catastrophic end, what remained of the Kurn scattered to the winds, and our uneasy truce with the Dranguls became strained and eventually shattered.
Aren't they a bunch of brutes and raiders?
They are animalistic and bloodthirsty, yes, especially to an Arulian arriving from your cobbled streets and industry. But they are formidable fighters with a strong sense of honor and can be bargained with if one has the patience. If we could combine forces with that of their blade fists again, we would have the strength to push back the bloodbound.
Where do you need me?
Krusul Crags are the ancestral home of the Drangul tribes. They can be reached through a narrow passage in the northern Ulos Springs, though glacial ice regularly bars the way, which you may need to find a way around. I must warn you, this venture carries great risk. Humans were never exactly welcome among the tribes. Now that many Drangles have succumbed to their feral nature, or turned to the great Annihilator's hollow promises, the venture is even more precarious. Our best chances lie with the Gur tribe. Their chieftain, Snarltooth, is still a stubborn creature of honor, and has so far resisted the urging of his brethren to accept the dying god's gifts.
I'm just gonna go quickly refill my water. Be right back. Okay, so this answers my question as to how do we bypass that eastern ice area, and also why that space above it was there that didn't lead anywhere. So we're not getting through that ice, we're going over it somehow. So if I go to Ulos Springs now, it was here, right? Yeah. If I go here now, this is still gonna be closed, right? Yeah, so this is still closed, but now this thing maybe leads somewhere. Oh, this is now open. This wasn't here. Unless I'm crazy, I think I tried to squeeze through here and I couldn't. Now I can. Well, this didn't take me far. What now? Am I wrong? Am I wrong and this was accessible and I just failed to squeeze through? Because it doesn't lead anywhere. Huh. Old Alliances, so this is the new quest. Gain access to the Crucial Crags. You will need to reopen, so I do not go around it. I have to go through. But I have no idea how. Okay, I guess I found the purpose for this top area, but I could have sworn I tried to get under that tree and I couldn't. So we need to find some way to get past this. Which I'm guessing I don't still have a way to do. Maybe it will show up later. Anyway, I need to go back to the place where I died. And see what that chieftain is throwing at me. Oh, there's more of these chieftains. Blood basins. Huh? Did I see something there? Thought I saw something flash under my mouse. I guess not. Basin stands before you, its surface stained with blood. It fills you with a yearning to spill more, to return the dying god's blood to its rightful place. Is that something I want to do? Doesn't sound like something I should be doing. Offer blood of Chthon. Somewhere nearby, the air itself boils with unholy energies. Somewhere nearby, is that maybe... I mean, there wasn't a old alliances. Wait, what? That's the quest that I... Why would this open the way? Huh. I basically spent all of the meat. So do I have to interact with those ritual basins and then with this? I mean, the ritual basins are not highlighted as a quest item or a quest objective. Wait, I shouldn't be fighting here. I should be fighting back where this guy was. So I can recover my corpse. Open the rift. Yeah, so these guys are not interactable.
Fool! You cannot stop what is to come!
Chaos Hellhounds. So they are not quite Hellhounds because their fire breath keeps fixed in one direction. If I get out of it, he's not that bad, right? Okay, maybe he is. Bloodbound Totem, Ruler Statement Cleaver. Oh boy. Chaos Werewolf. Attack speed, onslaught stacks on Chaos Werewolf, and Solal's Witchfire. Yeah, so this could be something. You could use the Bloodsworn Scepters that I'm currently using in one hand, and then use this in the other, and use the Onslaught stacks to empower the Sigil of Consumption, which the Bloodsworn Scepter wants you to use. Okay, that is an upgrade, but unfortunately that's 12 levels away. I'm not sure I should be doing this. I have no idea what I'm actually unleashing. Oh, that's a dead end. Is this a dead end? Can't even... I can't get inside. Okay, it is a dead end. Okay, so what am I doing? Who's here? Is that the family? Desmere. Stay away from me, dirty bloodbound. Slow down, kid. Your parents sent me. They did? Are you here to free us? That's right. Wow, I was expecting Papa, not a lowlander. How are you going to get us past all those blood drinkers? That's the fun part. Close your eyes. Speak softly, almost in a whisper. Can I go home now, please? Yes, little one. Where are your parents? Upon hearing that, Reina's lower lip trembles. They're not here anymore. Okay. Just looking for any signs that maybe they've been corrupted or something. Ridur stares ahead in a daze. Chthon watches over us. Chthon will not save you, kid. Chthon is blood. Chthon is life. Okay, so one of them is corrupted. Astrid. Come a step closer and you're getting stabbed. I'm not with the bloodbound. They say stay back. Okay, backing off. Okay, well... I guess I don't really have a choice. Either I leave them behind and have no resolution to this quest, or I send them off and see what happens. Okay, so I send them off. Is that a vendor? Treacherous dealer. What do you sell?
Praise Chthon!
Oh, you sell monster infrequents. Cool, 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 cool. It's not double rare, so I'm not gonna keep it. This thing I will keep for future. These are actually worse than what I have. Oh. I guess mine have pretty decent rolls on them, but they are lower level. Oh, the damage doesn't grow by much. 36, 49, 91, 98. Okay, that makes sense then, that it's... Yeah, if they're missing attack speed, which mine have, they will lag behind. Huh. Okay. So we can basically vendor farm these now. There's our Bloodsworn repeater. You know what, I'm just gonna buy these and then sell them back for illusions. Oh, those are the same. Inert Sphere. A stone sphere carved with profane runes clearly intended for some primordial ritual. It's cool to the touch. Okay, I'm buying that. No clue what it's for. I'm really not sure about this ritual that I'm performing. Hopefully I don't summon like the Dread or something by doing this. They do have a tendency to like... You have the opportunity to piss off a super boss, but you have to go out of your way to do it. So like this looks like something you shouldn't be doing, but if you keep going, you get what you're asking for. Like it says Hungering Terran reality opens nearby, but the rift in the middle is already there. Ow. Right, like the world tear or whatever they called it is already here. So is this like empowering it somehow? World tear. Okay. I'm gonna finish the ritual and see what happens. Bound in blood. Maybe this explains something? A whisper within the veil of slumber tore me from my dreaming void. It spoke not with the voice but with command. Come now, follow. The hour of knowing is upon you. I obeyed and the path opened before me. Twisted roots and bloodied stone led onto the shrine where the faithful writhed in devotion, bent in sacred creed. When I entered, they did not kneel but rushed as one to meet me. They already knew me as a sister. Blackened chamber flickered with candle flame and smoke. Hollow sockets of skulls leered from the dark. The altar awaited, hunger etched in every rune carved deep by centuries of want. The faithful shrieked and murmured as the crimson chieftain ascended, the dagger dripping with the echoes of death. 6 were chosen, 6 were emptied. Their blood anointed the goblet, mingled with the ichor of the great annihilator. He stirred it upon his tongue, the old worlds burning the air, and seized me by the hair. He spat it into my mouth and breathed, "You are now bloodbound." In his final breath, he turned his eyes to mine and proclaimed, "Yours is the land, the flesh, and the pain. Cast off your shroud, gather the blood, and bring glory to Chthon." That didn't elucidate anything. It talked about 6, I'm only seeing 3 portals, so... Sorry, 3 basins, so that's not it. I mean, clearly it must be doing something to the world tear in the middle here. There is so many effects. Ooh, that's a double rare. Oh, there's not 3. There was 2 basins. I thought that there's a 3rd one here, but this is the ritual. Oh, there is another basin, but I can't interact with it. Okay, this closes. Demonic Frostblood. I should save this, because I'm gonna miss the fact that it's double rare and sell it on accident. I should throw it into stash. So I'm not gonna be saving monster infrequents because they are easy to farm now and reroll. So if they're not double rare, I'm not gonna be keeping them, but this is double rare. So you go in here. And this thing I'm gonna save. Though it's level 94. That is a long way away. Didn't want to do that. This is what I wanted to do.
I'll keep an eye on this.
So what am I doing with that Void Tear then? Or World Tear? It was 2 blood rituals completed, right? 1 here. One here, and that's it. There wasn't a third. Anything behind here? No. Okay, maybe I just made this place worse for myself? I don't know. World Tear. Oh, boy, that hurt. These guys hurt. Cairnstone's in here? I guess things get sucked from the real world into here, so I guess anything can end up in here. Interesting that... Ooh, that hurt. Interesting that this place contains even like beastkin, not just like pure demons, pure chthonics. Yeah, that row of debuffs, that was my own debuffs being reflected onto me. Must not be fun to be fighting against me. Not that I'm strong, but so many debuffs. Incidentally, I don't even know what all of them are. What is this? Nauseating void. Nausea overwhelms you, wrecking your body with painful chills and exposing you to attacks. Who's causing that? Seems to pop up when I entered this place. Oh, now it's gone. Okay, so one of them was causing it. I saw it appear on my bar just as I walked down, before I was even in the vicinity of enemies. For a place named the Void Fair, it's It's not as bad as I expected. You're able to tear the world. Be some nasties in here, right? I mean, I haven't. That's probably gonna be a mean boss. Okay, that's that. Get more Kurn stones, still not dropping anything. Up here. Is that the exit or second floor? Instability entrance. Yeah, that sounds safe. Okay, here we go. Immediately ghoul up. Uh-oh. Nemesis already. Shit. Hoping to avoid that. Just a little bit longer. What is this? Doomed remains. That's a lot of projectiles. Okay. I still have no idea what I've done with the blood rituals on the outside. Oh, it doesn't lead anywhere. Another devouring. Nice that they got a new item for them. Devourers didn't really have anything. I think the only Devourer that dropped anything in particular was Ragnadar. It's a bit too few for an enemy that appears relatively frequently. Flat chaos damage and percent chaos damage, attack speed. Not bad. Another thing to look forward to on level 84. Possibly. If I can afford the resistance loss. I also noticed that when I'm killing some of these heroes, I'm not getting reputation with the outcast. Or with the Kurn. At least it's not showing up top. That's my outcast reputation. I mean, I am honored with them. I guess some progress is being made. Maybe it's just not showing up, or I'm not paying enough attention and it is showing up. It's always a possibility. Focusing too much on talking. Too little on reading. Like this expansion has a lot more evasive enemies that like keep teleporting away from you or flying off or flying up. Okay, there was the chest here. Oh, another dirge. Is that the continuation? No, doesn't look like it. That was always started with I am the knight or something like that. Dirge to the makers. That would be the ethereals, I'm guessing. The text is written in crude scribbles that resemble human writing. It is quite old. They resemble human writing, so that probably is the Hronak. For eons we toiled away tending to a garden from which we gathered the harvest. We grew old and our feathers thin. Yep, that's the Hronak. Our flesh ravaged by disease and time. For eons we paid the price for another's hubris. We were the caretakers of the land, gifted with runesong and life beyond ages. But with each passing century we are fewer in number, while the furless beasts spread like cancer and wage their empty wars. By whose will and right are we to fade away while man thrives in his greed and desecration? We see now that we have been discarded in the weave. The great tapestry is broken, so it falls to us to unravel it. Our path is clear as the rays of dawn. I'm guessing it's supposed to be our path is as clear as the rays of dawn? For Hronak to have a future, we must look to amend the first sin. The gods' unworthy spawn have imprisoned the Elder One within the realm of shadow and agony. They're calling the gods' unworthy spawn. Of Chthon, I'm guessing. For creation to be set back upon the true path, its true creator must be restored to his celestial throne. We will no longer tend to this garden of weeds. We, Hronak, that still remain, will usher back he who dwells below creation. Cursed be the gods, and cursed be Ektalavox, who forsook us. Is that their god? Ektalavox? First time I'm hearing that name. Stop running away. Ow. One more level and I can start looking into the jewelry. Okay, so is this still worth investing in? It still goes up by 1 and then it's finished. Okay. Now we need to figure out what next. Recklessness or voracity could always work. This, if I need the resistances, I should probably have a point in this either way. Even though it looks like I don't have bonus points from any items for it. This doesn't seem necessary. And then on Occultist... I guess I could try investing in Sigil of Consumption until I get my build together. Would improve my AoE and my sustain. I could do that, yeah. Or increase the radius of Curse of Frailty, which isn't exactly the biggest boost I could be getting. Yeah, I could actually try this. I'll see how much I get out of this, but probably not enough. I'm not quite used to the way that skills are highlighted. No, this looks like I do have points for this, but not this. So this would just be one level. Never mind. So yeah, I could try looking into Sigil of Consumption for a little bit. Now, considering how long I've been using those scepters, would be nice to at least for a while use them the way they are intended. Okay, so I'm guessing there's gonna be a boss back here. We haven't had one yet. And a place with such a name should have some really nasty beasties guarding it. Also, please no nemesis, if you would be so kind. The beast nemesis took a while to show up, surprisingly. Much longer than I expected, so... But the first one, when I first met the Underking, didn't take long after I reached Nemesis for him to just show up. And almost ruin my day. There's another floor. Ancients, and I cannot open a rift here. Okay, Arcane has to go. That wasn't bad at all. I expected more. Like more waves. Acolyte's Cord. Awakenable version. Oh yeah, that is a pet belt. Can't remember if that is something I'm gonna be using for myself. Hang on, let me check my build. Do I have it open? I don't. Oh, I'm looking... What the hell is going on? I just checked my chat and there's a whole bunch of chat disconnected. Even though it says system is healthy. What the hell? Have I been dropping in and out on stream the whole time? That would be disappointing. Uh-oh. Here comes the boss.
This broken world will be remade in ruin.
Nado the Anointed. Ooh. Holy hell. That's asunder. Ooh. Insta-death. Yeah, now I have to run through all of it again. There's really not much I could have done to avoid that death. It's just unpredictable. I was basically full, right? I'm not gonna fight you guys, I just want to get back to the boss. If I don't have to fight enemies, the area isn't actually all that big. Why is chat getting disconnected? I don't understand. I really hope I haven't been dropping frames this whole time. YouTube doesn't tell me. Guess if I'm having doubts whether or not the stream is even working properly, I should end a little sooner. So I'm gonna probably finish this fight and then stop and check what the hell is going on.
This broken world will be remade in ruin.
Okay, so it was the stab that blew me up, right? This one. So just don't stand in the middle of it. Maybe that's all that it takes. That, and obviously don't get sundered. That's the stab. Yeah, I think I maybe got shotgunned by it, because he fires multiple projectiles. And if you stand right in front of him, you just take all of them. That's the stab again. Get rid of the ants. That's the stab. Yeah, that hurts. That's what killed me. Oh, he tracks. God damn it.
Your death will fuel his return.
So I have to wait for him to fully wind it up before I dodge.
Your death will fuel his return.
I wonder if I somehow empowered this guy by sacrificing that blood. The altars in front. No, too early. Come on, die already. Gotcha. Okay. Neat boss fight. Anointed Blade of Voidfire. That is one of those... Oh yeah, Chaos Fire Strike, Chaos Devastation. Very cool. Chaos Devastation, that's a first of its kind. Okay, nothing in... Is that a... No, it's not Loghorian, but it's Heart of the Void. I didn't see that. Ashen Heart of the Void. The shriveled ashen heart of a long-dead chthonic horror still beats a steady rhythm, as if it is waiting something. What the hell is that? So the rift gate is here. I'm guessing there's not gonna be another one nearby. I'm just gonna go check back if the altar maybe accepts the heart instead. Offer inert sphere. Flames reject the sphere. Maybe a larger offering of flesh would appease them. Okay, so I guess I need a lot more meat or something. I'm gonna probably farm some of that off stream and see what happens. Checks the sphere. The fact that I could even offer it means that I'm probably on the right track with it. Okay, well, what's the map situation looking like? From here, there is another rift somewhere there, but I don't know how far off that is. And if the stream is having trouble, I probably shouldn't push it. I need to check what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with that altar. I'm gonna farm up some of the meat off stream. And I'm gonna get like 30 of it and see if on stream I'm gonna test if that does anything. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.